cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Oh, we was talking about the streaming.
Yeah, so this kid knew him, and I was like, "Yo, talk about that shit," because he had posted about it.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because he was like a little kid, and he used to do like YouTube or some shit. Like when he was a little kid, and he was like known like in like whatever fucking community. And he said that he was like, "Yo, edit that shit out," because last time he mentioned him or some shit, or mentioned a story, because that had to do with like Etika giving him his first like dap or some shit, like first wax pen or some shit. He was like, "Yo, last time I posted that shit, like his friend got on my ass or whatever." I was like, "All right," but like it was such a good story. He talked about it and shit. He talked about like him doing YouTube as a kid, and it was all included in it. And I was like, "Fuck."
Bro, that's why I hate the politics. I'm trying to start recording the audio as fast as we can. This is a good cover. It's good. That's why I hate the politics of
Well, this got the audio, so that's what's up.
Oh yeah, so
we'll put that like it's like an after or some shit, you know.
But so. I hate the politics. Basically, we talk about like the politics of people, bro. Because it's just like when you have friendships and shit. Like me being a podcaster, bro. I'm never gonna fucking try to politic you, bro. Because I'm not gonna do something that I wouldn't like to do something. I just have that understanding. So it's like if I come on here, I'm usually a free person, bro. I really say what I want. So it's just like I'm not gonna come on here and ever tell you to edit some shit.
No,
but like people are different, like. You start to learn a lot about like just society when you start to edit. I mean, like talk to a lot of different people. You realize how a lot of people are the same, kind of. Like at least you get to look at it from that lens. They never get to look at it from our lens as like somebody who's editing it, because you gonna probably watch this conversation 3 times. You're here right now. And then you gotta edit it, and then you gotta watch the final
watch it over, and I fixate on these shits, bro, because I gotta be like, damn, what could I have done better to that? So I'm like, you're watching, and also you be having good combos and stuff, so they're fun to watch back.
You go learn about people when you do that, bro. But it's just the politics of it. It just gets nasty. Like I feel like I watch the Joe Budden podcast a lot, and he talks about how he doesn't like having friendships, because when you have a friendship, now. We is considered friends. Like, I'm not gonna lie. People do throw friends around a lot. I don't really know you like that, right? But like, I think you're a cool person. Like I feel like I'm a good reader. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Some people, when I'm chill with them, I get a bad vibe. I don't fuck with them. When I chill with you, I feel like you're kind of like me, where you're not trying to do no wrong, and you're just trying to live with love, bro, and just try to do what you want to do, live your life, bro. I don't get no other vibe from you.
That's really what it is, man.
I don't get no other vibe from you, and this is just something.
It's so, you know what's so crazy you say that? The other day, I'm like, bro, like, I'm such a chill person and an open person, and, like, people talk so much shit. Like, you know, people could talk anything to me, and I'm receptive to all of it. And, like, I'm a chill person, so, like, if I don't fuck with someone, it has to be something off with them, you know? Like... I don't know, like a detection, that intuition of some sort.
I get in my mind because like maybe I'm being an asshole, like I second down myself. But then every time I feel like that, I feel like that person shows their true colors, and I was right.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that. I just don't be wanting to sound egotistical or all knowing, because like I just don't want to feel like that. I always want to keep that. That's a part of my personality, is just like always doubting myself. Which is a bad thing, but it's because I'm trying to be like as objective as I can be.
Right.
If I just decide like, oh, this person is an asshole, or I think that I'm always right, I feel like that stops me from being objective.
Yeah.
But to go back to like just the politics of like having people, I forgot where we was even going with that conversation.
Oh yeah.
I forgot where I was coming from, but I'll just talk about what I remember. I just don't like politicking and like having a because of us having a relationship. Now I feel like I have to do extra things for you. Yeah, I'm your bro. Yeah, I want to help you, but it's just like I want to be able to speak freely. This is my content. I want to make the best content. You're taking away the best moments from me.
Exactly, and it's for like their convenience.
Oh, I remember. That's why I say you need to stream. because and I always feel like this. I feel like I want to stream because once you tell people that, oh, we're streaming, they can't be mad at you that you can't edit that out.
Yeah. It's like you signed up.
It's
for
not.
it
It's like,
from the
yo,
get-go.
I'm streaming. I can't let it. It's live, bro. Niggas already got that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then boom, what you could do is the stream just becomes a VOD. So after you stream it, now it's just a YouTube video, and the way you do it is if you have OBS. I don't know if you do like do you have like the thumbnail come up in the video before the interview starts, or the interview just starts?
No, I have like this like little oh shit, how do I the disco? Cool, good thing that really wasn't. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I have like a little intro, like a little visualizer, and like this little explosion, and it's like, oh, cool personality podcast.
So boom, listen, you don't have to lose that when you go live. You literally just have that asset on
like,
OBS,
go, yeah.
bring it in, and when you start the pod, it's just a little bit of live work. That's why I'm like on my pod, like, bro, I don't got bread. All this shit that I be making happen, bro, like it just be forming my place. Like I have this one guy, cause I would do the camera shit. Like I'd have to, my cameras they don't record continuously in the beginning. My boy just copped the camera that record continuously. Now that we have that one, but we even been fucking on that shit. But it's like, even it's just like my cousin. He's the guy who does the audio and the camera shit.
Now we should be good.
But so it goes like this.
Yeah.
So my cousin, he's the one who does like the camera and shit. I would do it myself, and I just seen him walking down the block, and I was like, yo, bro, he lives mad close. I was like, yo, bro, you doing this pie? You wanna be on it? Like he's not in our like. I would say he's in a different generation than us, so it's like he can't really relate or add to the conversation like I would want him to, and I don't want him to be a host, but he's still my cousin, and for him to be a part of it and just be there for the conversations and like still be able to add on to it and shit, like that was just a way to get him to do that shit for me, where it's like it might be hard for you to do it in the beginning because it's a little fuck up with the stream where you're gonna be like, damn, I might have did it too early. I feel like you just gotta go with the motions. Shit's gonna fall into place where you could figure out a way you want to do things. And this just goes back to me saying I just feel like I see streaming for you in the future.
Thank you, bro. I'm totally receptive to it.
Nah, like I just feel like, bro, because also I feel like when you be talking on your story, bro, a lot of your frustration I feel like comes with you having to balance your job with everything going on and how long that it takes for you to edit an episode. If you was to stream that, it removes the editing part of it. Anytime you'd have a free time, bro, you could literally right off your job, bro, get a little eat, you come in, you say what's up to your shorty, give her a hug and kiss. You come in here, yo, my boy's about to come in. We about to do a stream. All you do is start that shit up.
Yeah, and that's it.
Take the day and record, boom, and then it turns into a VOD. Bro, you're going to be way straighter. And then as time progresses, when you want to add more elements to it, you'll figure out a way. Oh, look, your shorty here right now. Bro, she could be the switcher and the audio person if she's down to. I don't know if she's down to.
Yeah.
But that's your girl, bro. You gotta press her into doing it. This shit, she presses you into doing it.
No, yeah. I also have like friends and shit that are like, tech savvy and shit as well that can help behind the scenes. I'm gonna move this fan because I feel like what's happening is the fan's blowing on the mics or some shit, and it's like it's just fucking it up. So I'm gonna move it like slightly, just here, so it's
you could turn it off if you want to. I don't really care.
No. We'll keep it cool here. I don't know why this shit's tweaking though. Like it recorded.
Do you have like a flash drive?
I had one, and I don't think I took it with me. I think it was because it was broken. That's why I decided to take it.
So you don't got no flash drives?
So I don't got shit. I'm just rocking on iCloud drives and shit.
Damn, is there like maybe you have like how much memory you got left?
I just cleaned it out recently. It's all right. It's just the disk is too slow. It's not full. It's just like the computers are retarded. Like it's like slow.
I'm trying to think of what could be, because that means I think the problem is maybe the CPU is overloaded from being recorded. So if you have any background tasks running, you could turn that off.
Yeah.
Check the Apple.
Yeah.
And go to Force Quit, and then it'll pop up anything that's right now. You just gotta log it.
Yeah.
It's right there. Maybe you could change. Go to Logic Pro X, and go to Preferences. Go to Audio or Recording, one of those, and then you probably have to change like the sample rate that you're recording or something. Let me see. Plug in latency, low latency, display, that's the software monitoring. Do you need software monitoring?
Not really.
Turn that off.
Alright, cool, yeah.
Maybe that'll stop it from overloading or something.
Alright.
Let's see if that works.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's just the ability to hear it.
Yeah, we're not listening to that.
Yeah, okay.
Does it sound good in there?
Yeah, everything sounds good. You just gotta hold.
Yeah, maybe you could just plug it in here because you don't need to be monitoring the software from the thing. You could just monitor it from here.
You're absolutely right. Yo, man, see, this is what happens. Let's see what's going on here now. Let's see. Hold on.
You hear?
No. Wait. Do I, or is it just super low? Wait. Yeah, I do hear it. Awesome. That's sweet. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alright, cool. Let's try this now. Oh, hold on, wait. Bam. Sweet.
Yo, you can hear everything? Everything good?
Yeah?
Alright, guys.
Alright. This should be rocking in the free world.
Yo, just to end what we saying, in the future, this nigga Mikey's his stream. I feel like it would be really good for him. And like, I feel like if you do that, it opened a lot more time for you. Cause that's what I be thinking with my pod. Cause it's like, bro, I've been chilling with these. So just 2 days ago, we're really outside. I started as Really Outside podcast, but like even before Really Outside, I've been doing different type of content. Like I started with like comedy videos type shit.
Like skits?
Yeah, high school, yeah, type shit. That's literally how I got into making videos.
Nice.
And then I went to college for like film and shit and graduated. And then I wasn't doing shit. And then I just had the idea to start a podcast. And you know H3?
Yeah.
Bro, they used to live in New York.
Oh, yeah.
They would make skits, and then they made the transition to podcasts. And I never really I fuck with their podcasts. It's on and off for them. I don't watch them right now. I didn't watch them, then I started fucking with them. Now I don't watch them. But like,
I haven't watched H3 in a while. But I used to watch them because I was like one of those gamer kids that like fucked with like Leafy and shit. And like they used to beef and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So I was never in it for like the podcast side. Unless they had like someone of interest.
Nah,
but that shit was raw.
They lit on the podcast shit, but it's just like now I'm just like comparing my thing to where it's just like I made that transition from making skits to making podcasts because it's just like consistent content that I could put out, and like it was around the time of COVID too, and I just didn't like. I'm not to say I don't believe in COVID and shit like that. It's just that. I just don't think you could stop people from being social, you know? That's not...
Absolutely.
It's very
hard. Against human nature.
Yeah, they're trying to, like, re-engineer, like, the way we interact with each other. I just wasn't fucking with that, like, on Zoom and shit. So I was like, I was never... Not to thing on you, but, like, I just never was interested in doing, like, podcasts over the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I would do it for somebody like, say, if fucking 50 Cent wanted to come on the pod, but he want to come through Zoom. And I'm actually interested in doing it, like having like guests be on the internet, but I'm still in person, and we're having an interview like that. Right. But like the reason why I started my podcast is because I was so like devoid of like social interaction at that time. Like I wanted to be with my friends, and they're all scared of COVID and shit. I'm like, no, I'm about to start this pod, like. And it's gonna be in person, And like I was just like never thinking, like I was just not the type of nigga to be on like fucking COVID. I never followed the COVID regulations. Like I was just gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was like, I don't know. It was unrealistic. It really was. Like, what was we supposed to do? Like, just stay. Like, I think if you literally stood inside four walls for the amount of time that they wanted you to, like they advised, you would go like loony.
Bro, I think that's like everybody got some type of effect from that shit. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, this goes back to say I started the pod. It's just some content that different content that what I started to make, but now it's really outside podcast. But I like what I really want it to be is just really outside, and
Like, move away from only the podcast into more other, or is it just
yeah, like, cause if I could right now, if the name wasn't taken, I'd change the IG to really outside. But now I was thinking like really outside entertainment or really outside TV. Nothing's really sticking with me right now. But the reason why I want to do it is just to open me up to different type of content. You know, like I don't want to stop podcasting. I love podcasting. That's always something that we're gonna do every week.
But the channel is also like becoming more.
Yes, and I think even for you, bro, because, bro, you interest. I feel like you like me. I think you just an artistic nigga. So maybe you might want to make a different type of video, bro.
Absolutely.
You might want to make some drip video. You going to like you be thrifting.
Absolutely.
Go to a thrift shop and show niggas around and shit. That might be a type of vibe. You might want to show niggas how you roll up a blunt. That's something that I'm interested in, and it's just like that's. What's your YouTube called? Cult of Personality or Cult?
It's Cult of Personality podcast right now.
See, now if it was just Cult of Personality, right?
You know
That
what?
opens you up to everything.
I thought of that when I did the vlog that I recently did. I was thinking of that. I was like, shit, man, I'm branded as podcast, so whenever I do anything that's not podcast, kind of like,
Bro, that's why I made the change. Even on my new logo, it's not really outside podcast. It's really outside. I'm changing it to really outside so I could do really outside anything.
all my branding is Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality, you Cult of Personality, anything, man. That's gonna be anything. And I wish I would have like changed it. Like the only problem is you can't change your YouTube name. Like, I think you could call them and change it. I don't know. But, like,
If you complain hard enough, if you email them enough times, maybe.
yeah, so like now I'm just getting into different content, and I say all that to say back to the story. I was chilling with these other dudes.
Try to hold the mic like close.
Right here?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so I was chilling with these dudes. You might know them. Luxury Loso, Giddy Lefty. They throw. Maybe you could pull it up. Can you pull up like IG videos?
IG videos? Let me see.
Is there a way I could like?
Maybe you could connect to the TV. I don't know what it's under, what the name is under.
I'll just show you, and you can say if you know them or not.
All right.
And if you figure out a way, you figure out a way. These niggas.
Nah, I never seen him. I don't think. Wait a minute. Maybe I have.
He's like content creator. He's been on Side Talk.
Yeah. I probably seen him before.
Bro, they're content creators and they get mad views. And when I talk to them, bro, they only been doing content for a year. All of them make content less than me. And the way they're getting their exposure and shit is because when I chill with them, bro, they know the algorithm, bro. They think about the algorithm. These niggas from the Bronx, like, they're hood niggas. Like,
Shout out the Bronx.
No, ain't nothing wrong with the Bronx, but it's like,
I'm from the Bronx.
bro, the Bronx is lit, bro. Bronx and Brooklyn, these niggas are the content creators. They make the
These
best.
are the boroughs that keep the city running, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just me being from Jamaica, you don't hear hood niggas talk about algorithms and shit like that.
Right.
But when I go around the hood niggas that's from the Bronx and Brooklyn, they're mad tapped into the YouTube and IG, and like their mind is so content minded without being really like maybe educated with just the verbiage of it and being able to explain it to. But when I hear them talk, like, oh nah, these niggas know the algorithm, know how to abuse it. Where like I know how to edit and shit, but I'm not really like in depth with how to abuse this shit. And it's like they're making content just from their phone. I'm going hard, like editing Adobe Premiere, After Effects, thumbnails, this and the third. They're not doing none of that. They're thinking about good ideas. How quick can we post it? I need to get as much of this out. They're maximizing their time. You know what I'm saying? They could get out way more content that's gonna reach more people, and within a shorter amount of time. That's all that really matters. It don't really matter how much work you want to put in it. That's your ego. Like, we want to make good content. It's like, we want it to feel good for us. Like, I want it to look nice. I want it to look professional, this, that, and the third, right? That's going to eat up your time. And if you ain't thinking about putting out, fucking with the algorithm and, like, what people are watching, what people are care about, I feel like we wasted our time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's just why I suggest the streaming shit for you, because that's something I'm thinking about as well. We need to make as much time more available for us to put it.
And you know what's good with streaming? That is so way more engaging than a pre-recorded video is the chat, the live chat, and like having that tapped into and stuff. You know, reading people's comments. Let me close this door real quick because I think it would be good for both the audio and the temperature. Whew. Sweet. Yeah, bingo. But yeah, you know, and that's the algorithm's really important. And when I was doing music, like I had the SoundCloud algorithm figured out a little. You know, I knew how to get a couple thousand plays, but with YouTube, that shit's a whole different ball game, and it's such a bigger platform. I feel like, so it's kind of like to get exposure. You know, you have to really be tapped in.
So listen, now that I think about it, right? I've been trying to build a YouTube audience and an IG audience, right? Think about it like this: we need 1,000 subscribers to start getting paid, and I think like 1,000 hours of watch time or some shit like that. That's easy to get if you post reels or whatever. But the 1,000 subscribers, right?
I don't really fuck with reels or anything like that. Do you fuck with like reels? Well, no, you do a lot of reels and shorts.
I make
right?
reels, but
do you fuck with them though? Like the platform of reels, like.
Nah, I don't. I don't have TikTok, bro.
Me.
I don't have TikTok. Like, I have TikTok for the pod, but I delete that shit. And like every time I get myself stuck in like a reel loop, I like feel ashamed and shit like that. Like, I feel bad that I have to contribute towards that, but like I have to make that to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that I have to compromise on. Like, I get to make the art that I want to create, but I still got to be a slave to the algorithm if I want this shit to go crazy. I can't be ignorant and be like, you know what, nah, my content is good, that people are just gonna see it and fuck with it, I'm gonna be famous with the shit. Like, I don't really make it to be famous. And I remember I was talking to my cousin about this shit, because he's like a businessman, he works for Microsoft. He's saying, yo, as soon as you don't make money from what you do, like, it's a lost cause. That's when you realize you quit. I'm like, bro, if that's the mentality that I came in this with, the first episode is a loss, I should do the second one.
Right. Because you have to do it for just the love of the game, you know? There's no money in it. It's all passion at first, you know?
But we don't want to waste our time, though. This is something that we love, and it's like we feel like we're contributing in a way, and we want to grow with this shit. Why not figure out how to get paid and figure out how to get right, where I don't have to fucking go to work or do Uber Eats or do some tasks that you're not really like doing, and you could just be doing this. You just got to work hard enough. So it's just like, we got to bring it into our minds, like, what do we got to do to get to where we need to go? And I feel like in this day and age, it's going to be hard to do that without conforming to the algorithm, like reels and shit like that.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm stubborn. I've kind of been trying to avoid doing like reels and shorts and shit, but like, bro, my little sister has a YouTube channel, and she's like neck and neck with me because she does the reels and the shorts.
Your little sister should not be frying you in the content game, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Why is your little sister
She has her own demographic, you know?
But why is she frying you in the content game, bro?
Man. I just got out here, bro. I'm just now getting the wheel rolling.
No hate to your little sister, but just as an ego as me, if I had a little sister and I'm doing all this work for my content and she frying me, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I got to take a page from her book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I definitely am definitely, bro. I be plotting, bro. I'm just like, yo, what am I gonna do next? You know, all the time. That definitely made me like sit back and be like, yo,
Bro, I'm telling you, for you, stream and what? Alright, so boom, back to what these guys were telling me. So I was chilling with him after I did the interview with Luxury Loso. He's a fucking cool ass person, bro. Like, and he is genuinely famous as fuck. Like, I went to the mall with him, and he's literally getting stopped by people every second. We're trying to do content with him, and like, bro, we went there from 2 o'clock. I didn't leave that spot till it was dark. Probably like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
oh shit.
The content was not supposed to take that long, bro. But I didn't have a problem. Cause first, that nigga's a genuine person. He's cool as hell. He has a crazy ass story. And like, he was showing genuine love to everybody that stopped him. He gave him 10 minutes of him time and showed him that he appreciated him and shit like that. And I respected him for that. And he brought me around all his other friends that do content. And I'm like, wow, like, I'm talking to them. They tell me I only did this for a year. I started a year ago. I only started 2 years ago. I'm like, damn, I've been putting in work for 2 years. These niggas got 80K, 100K. So now think about, now when they just now started at YouTube. I was there doing a YouTube video for him. They're just now starting at YouTube. Once he directs those people, he did less work. All he needed was his iPhone. He did less work, didn't do no thumbs, not editing, not recording no audio.
All Instagram shit.
Now when he say, yo, go to my YouTube,
They just all flock.
it's not they all, but say 5% of them flock, 5% at 80K. And he got TikTok. He got, I don't know all his socials, but I'm just coming up with a random number. But 80K is just a crazy number to me. He might have more than that, and I might be shitting. He might have less than that. I don't know. But 5% at 80K, he could get paid off of YouTube the next day. So that goes back to say that we need to start thinking about ways where we can maximize our time. So not only we could have time to make our shit go, because why are we doing this if we don't feel like it's valuable?
Absolutely.
So to give it the utmost respect, we got to make this shit go. What do we do? What do we have to do? Let me get more time to do this and get this out. Now I have time to do 2 reels a day. And now I got time to work on my music. Something that I want to do personally for myself.
It's kind of like being wise with your time, like really just like kind of organizing your time, you know?
Bro, that's life, bro, because it's like, it shows, I think there's an objectivity to life, bro. Some people feel like they're subjective, like, I could think one way and you could think another way, and that's true. There's gray areas. You might not like oranges and I might like it, whatever, but like, I feel like when it comes down to how you should live your life, like, I feel like all religions is just one. They're all metaphors. Like in my song, in my last song, Free Falling, I said that I was free falling. That's a metaphor to say, like, I feel like when you're free falling from the sky, you're skydiving, going to the floor. I guess free falling is like not having a parachute. That's just what I thought about it in my mind. I was trying to make a metaphor to how I felt to like an actual thing.
Right.
When you can make metaphors to shit, metaphors within that metaphor, I feel like there lies an objectivity to life, and we're trying to explain something. So in all religions, we're trying to talk about this objectivity to life. We're trying to find the reason to why we live, this, that, and the third. And maybe there is no truth. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't really know. But I feel like I always go back to this one thing when niggas was in slavery, whatever wrongdoings is going on in the world, we always try to make a progression to what's better, like women's rights and like abolishing slavery, right? There's objectivity to that. We're all equal. You know what I'm saying?
We all share a consciousness, you know? There's a shared consciousness and and the whole, it's kind of funny, like, I like what you're saying. And I agree with you. I think things are objective because I feel like as a population, as a planet, as humanity, we all are progressing the further like knowledge and of this shared consciousness of like this one spirit we all share, and we're all human, you know?
And it's crazy to think about that shit, because it's like,
You want?
What is that? Dark,
Dark chocolate.
No, I'm good. Dark chocolate, man. I be fucking with chocolate, but like, I don't fuck with chocolate in the raw form of chocolate. Like I fuck with chocolate like I drink like chocolate milk or like chocolate ice cream. But that's off the topic. But I feel with you. When we talk about that consciousness, that shared consciousness, that's like saying, in some way, me and you are one, and
Absolutely.
in our minds, we separate it. We say, "Oh, I'm this human and you're that human," right? But I just drove here. You've been here, but now we're both in the same room, sharing the same experience. And it's almost like this, bro. One time I looked at an apartment building, and I'm like, bro, I live in an apartment. And when I go in, like right now, we're in this whole world. We're in this whole room. This feels like our world to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a big space, like shit like that. If you look at a building, that's this happening like on 100 times.
All simultaneously.
All
like,
simultaneously.
next
And
to each other.
that's how I think, if the fourth dimension exists, that's a bunch of realities happening on themselves simultaneously. We just can't conceive it because we live in the third dimension, and we just can't conceive. We just don't think about all that shit happening because we're humans. We're just meant to be focusing on what's here in front of us.
Yeah. You're in it.
And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Like what am I supposed to do with that information? Like, we're all one. It makes me want to be kind. Like, if we're the same, if I hurt you, like I say, I don't know, I'm not a nigga like this, but say like I wanted to steal your focus, right? Right, and I was like, fuck you, I'm about to just punch you, grab this and run out of here, right? And that would be something harmful to you, and I feel like I'm gaining something because I wanted this, and I did that because I did that harmful thing to you because I wanted to gain, and that was beneficial to me. But if we're thinking like, oh, we're all one, me harming you would be harming myself in a certain type of way.
Absolutely. Even if it's like karmically, you know?
I was talking about karma yesterday with my friend. Bro, I just met this nigga. He sold me this weed. And it was crazy because I'm talking to him. I go link up with him. And I'm just, like, every time we link up, we just talk about people that we know mutually. I'm like, bro, how the fuck do we know so many people and we just now meeting each other? I probably just met this nigga personally last month. How the fuck do we know? He told me some shit that happened to him. And we started talking about karma, and like when I hear stories of like people that do like bad shit, they end up getting killed or hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So karma, that sounds like a real thing, but I just feel like it might even be bigger than that. Like me harming you, I feel this goes back to the objectivity of life, bro.
Do you also, before we move on, do you feel like it also has to do with intent? Because killing someone is bad, right? Like across the common whole, we believe that.
Yeah.
But one kills with murderous intent and one kills in self-defense. It's the same, same action but different intent. How do you feel that works out karmically?
So me personally, I wouldn't want to kill somebody, right? I feel like if I killed somebody, like say he's trying to kill my little brother, bro, and I killed him, I might feel bad, but I might get over it. Like if I know that I was wrong, just because I feel like I took a life, bro. And if you feel bad about killing somebody, I know there's people in this world that kill somebody and they don't feel a goddamn thing, bro. They just wired differently. People just be wired differently, and I'm gonna go back to what you said. We all feel like killing people is a bad thing. Not everybody feel like that.
No, yeah.
And that's where it's like, is there subjectivity? Is that true? Is not true? Now we start getting into the objectivity and subjectivity, and that's why I said there is a gray area. That's for sure. Like this, is killing people bad or is it good? Like it really depends. Like,
Or it's justified by a means, or like, type
if it's
shit.
good or if it's bad, it depends on the intent. You know what I'm saying? Like if a doctor was trying to save somebody and he did everything he could and that nigga died, his intent was to save him. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he could have been saved, but the doctor was just. Listen, bro, you can't blame the doctor for somebody dying. They came in there and he didn't.
He tried.
He tried. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
maybe something could have went different. If it was a different doctor, he could have helped. But you can't blame that nigga. He's not a bad person.
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just shit. Because it's like, you ever read the book The Giver?
I think so.
The Giver talks about.
Is it where he's in the like utopia and it's like all black and gray and
Yes,
shit, and then
yes.
he ends up
Exactly, bro.
I read that shit. Yeah, that shit was raw as hell.
They have something. They have the show. If y'all want to read the book, y'all could watch it on Netflix. They have that show on Netflix, and it's the same. It's the same. You get the same vibe from it, and it's like, if we take away subjectivity, everything becomes bland, and the world isn't the world, and like, oh fuck. Okay, so I feel like we might have a mission, bro, as humans on this planet and just life. When you think about life in general, the mission I feel like of life is to evolve and grow. And I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's so many different discussions about where human life originated or how life originated on Earth. Even things people think we're hundreds of millions. People think we're thousands, millions of years old. There's thousands of years, whatever. There's no real concrete story that we could really rely on. People think they just popped up in here because of God, you know? And then it's like, you can't call them crazy, right? Because the idea, they say, I heard a Christian say, like, the idea of Earth existing is like a tornado going through a junkyard and a Lamborghini getting created from that. That don't make sense, right?
It doesn't.
And I was like, damn, that's a good way to think about it. How does Earth just become a happenstance? Where this just all this shit that we could experience, bro. When I was young, bro, when I was 10, I would think about this shit like, bro, just life is crazy. Like, I would think about just there being nothing existing. And for nothing to exist, black, like when you think about nothing, you think about just black, right? But if it's nothing, then black doesn't even exist. And then when you just sit there and think about nothing existing, it's just like crazy. So it gives you a chill. I used to do this shit like every like 2-3 days when I was younger, just think about it and just give myself the chills and then come back to reality and just, it'd be this weird
Existential crisis every 2 days on routine.
I would do it on purpose, bro. It's weird. It wasn't like that. I just like fade and think, because it's hard to think about. Like, try it, bro. Just try to think about nothing. But when you think about nothing, you can't even think about blackness. You got to think about blackness not even existing.
It's like a void.
Not even a void, bro. It's like you can't even think. There's no thoughts.
I'm thinking of like the PNG texture, like the white and gray squares. So nothing.
You can't even think.
Can't even think of that.
That's what I'm saying. You're
I
trying
know.
to perceive it, and you can't perceive it. You can't perceive
it.
That's what I'm saying. So just think about that. Like, this just being created. Like, how did this happen? It's such a crazy thing. So that's why the idea of God is real, because, all right, boom. My theory is, I have this sport theory. Because I think evolution is the true thing. Because I feel like we're related to weed. We all living things. You're related to the snake. We have eyes. We have a nose. We have mouth. We're related. We're related to mushrooms. For us to be able to have this experience and this, that, and the third, we all had some common ancestor, and that common ancestor was a little germ, bro.
Yep.
A little, just tiny fucking little thing, nigga.
Yeah, and you even see it like I mean, I see it through like social media, like memes and shit. But like, you ever see like people like, oh, this motherfucker's decided to walk, and now I have to go to work, and it's like that little fish creature, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, we really like, you know, in evolution's eyes, which, you know, I'm receptive to. I really don't like ever like have a concrete hill on that stance.
I just believe in it because, I don't know, it just makes sense to me. And bro, like I said, I'm on the edge, so I don't 100% believe it. It could be something else. I'm not saying I know, because I don't know. But I think evolution makes the most sense. But when you go back down, all the way down the evolutionary tree, when we go down to that germ. All right, so oh shit. Okay, boom. I grow different types of things, bro.
Mhm.
Right? For you to grow a plant, for example, you could have a seed, but that seed not gonna grow if I just keep it in my finger. If I just keep it in my finger and look at it,
Right.
what you got to do? You got to put it in the right conditions.
You gotta put the soil, fertilizer, water,
sun.
make sure the water has fucking good minerals and shit for it. You make sure, yo, I have a little flower plant that I'm taking care of, and I had to like do this thing the other day because like I thought I had bugs in it or whatever, and I fucking put hydrogen water like solution because
Oh, yeah.
and it's like crazy how much care a fucking plant takes,
And that's what I'm saying. When we go down the line, bro,
Hey.
for for the life to be even supported on Earth, right? It had to be. So they say, all right, the Big Bang happened over millions of years. The solar system formed, did this little spinny thing. Everything was hot, cooled down. Earth happened to have water, be in the right place at the right time, and like, all right. So there had to be a germ on that, like a little seed, some type of spore that when it met the right conditions, it was able to form some sort of life and be able to evolve.
Right.
Think about how intelligent that thing had to be to turn into us and turn into the cat, turn into the snake, and be able to become concrete and start this whole system to support itself. That was a whole self-starting system, bro. That little spore that was able to travel through space and be indestructible, whatever it was. It got to the right place and self-started Earth, bro. Plants, life, intelligence, deep intelligence, like the idea that we're even able to do this, the focus rate and all that came from that little spore. So now you think, is that science or is that God? Well, who created that? Where did that come from?
Right.
It get deep, bro. So it's like if somebody created that, if there's some sort of intelligence that created that, you think it did all that amazing shit for no reason? Maybe there was no reason, or maybe there's some sort of goal in mind. Maybe we're like, my idea is like I said, all I could get from right now is that everybody is supposed to evolve and grow. So we're supposed to create an environment where everybody's supposed to evolve and grow into the next paradigm of life, whatever that's supposed to be. And we just have to make as many instances of that as possible, like all the different ecosystems. We could, in different spaces, in different universes, different Earths, there could be lizard people that just because they had the right things, I don't know, lizard like type of genome just got right and was able to get a huge sort of sentience, right? We're just supposed to create as many instances for that could support life. So we're supposed to, I feel like our mission right now should be to figure out how to colonize another planet. So if Earth was to get destroyed, life on that planet would be able to think. We're supposed to just colonize as many planets and just create life across space as much times. And then, bro, say we colonize another planet like Mercury and get it to support itself. We move it into the orbit of where Earth is, something so it has the right thing, and we get we get ice from another planet to start oceans and shit like that. And we just figure out a way to send those different type of planets. Like we could send that little germ to different places and just for it to self-start. Those different places going to be way different than Earth. It's not going to be humans over millions of years. It's going to be...
They're going to evolve in something completely different.
Unconceivable shit.
Because of their environment, especially.
That's why niggas take DMT, to see those type of things. And to conceive and understand what it could be. That's what I think. I don't know. I've never done DMT, but like when I do have those like deep dreams and deep thoughts and things about those natures, I just think that's supposed to be our thing. So like as media, as doing like podcasts, might be supposed to raise the collective consciousness of people, and we get to that objectivity to where we can realize, our goal. Like, what are we supposed to be doing, evolving and growing, helping everybody grow, get to their peak. So when our offspring or the next generation get to their peak, to know what's our ultimate goal, what are we supposed to be doing.
Evolving and growing, man.
Oh,
Bro, especially like in the analogy that we just come from, like seeds and shit, like spores, seeds, make that analogy where like a plant literally just evolve and grow and flourish is the goal. Absolutely.
Like, bro,
And also just be kind, empathetic, and love thy neighbor, bro.
I love this setup, bro. I love this setup, bro. This is vibey. Like, we're really having good conversation. What you call it, rose in the cut.
Rolly's here too under the
Rolly just listening
couch
to the
somewhere.
vibes. He's like, wait, these niggas is tapped in. Huh?
Yeah, he's opening the third eye right
Let
now.
me listen what's going on. And, bro, you have all these interesting things around I could look at. Like, is that making me think you're Puerto Rican?
Yes, sir.
See, like, I'm learning shit about you, bro. Like, I like this, but, like, you don't want to be here in the same exact spot in 20 years.
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta evolve and grow. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you gonna have a son or a daughter. I don't know if that's what you have in mind. But, like, I feel like we're gonna want to pass down shit to the next generation in some way, shape, or form. So you don't want to. We have all this shit now that we could pass down, but you want to make sure when they go, they left off where you stopped. And all that growth that you made from when you was born to now, they didn't have to do that. They had that. You gave them all the experiences. There's gonna have to be shit that they go through, but I don't know. I feel like now, when I think about life in that way, it makes me want to. I can't bullshit. I gotta go harder. You know. I feel like
Absolutely.
people, they be bullshit. You know. It's like they can't. And it's almost by design, bro. We supposed to be. Like, say somebody don't watch this, they watch some shit like fucking Bad Girls Club, right? That is low energy, bro.
Low vibrational as fuck.
You're not going low. You're not
evolving and growing.
You're not evolving, bro. You're wasting your time.
Yo,
with
bro,
that.
with plants, going back to plants, if you play good frequencies for a plant, the same way with us, if you play good frequencies, it like soothes us and soothes anxiety and depression and shit. With a plant, you can help a plant grow with frequencies. So what we ingest in the media and music and stuff, and all those frequencies, high and low, definitely affect us, in my opinion.
Nah, you're right. Like, it makes sense. Like, you just connected a die by bread. Like, we're related to plants and all different creatures that way. Just like how we could see that thing, like those vibrations when we listen to music, bro. That shit changes my mood. Niggas listen to certain type of music and they go to the gym and go harder than they would have without it. You know,
Right.
It gives you motivation. It makes you feel different. It changes the outcome. You know. So I don't know. I think it's by design, by the food. Sometimes you go to McDonald's, bro. You eat a McDouble. You fucked up after that. You might not want to work after that. You might be, I'm just gonna watch some shit. And not to say like entertainment and media is bad. Like there's a thing to winding down, helping your productivity, whatever helps you wind down, bro. Not smoking a cigarette. No thing to anybody who smokes cigarette, but not smoking a cigarette and watching a fucking show that helps you wind down, and like feel like you could keep living or whatever that helps you keep going. Like, that's okay. Whatever you want to do. Everything in moderation. You know
I
what
was
I'm
going to
saying?
say moderation, absolutely.
But we all should just be trying to have that in mind. It's just like, even in New York, bro, we can't see the stars, bro.
No, you can't. All the light pollution, especially, creates like this fog in the sky, and regular pollution as well. You can't. It's fucked up.
You can't see the stars, bro. Niggas, we don't live a regular life out here. We rely on people to get us our food and shit, make our food. Like, we can't grow our own food. We're not connected to the world at all, bro. Like, we're in this false reality of this.
It's like a simulation almost.
It is, bro.
Because especially since we're surrounded by, like, being in such a metropolitan area or whatever, like, we're surrounded by capitalism and industrialism all over, and it's all, like, fake and man-made, It's, like, all numbers and ones and zeros and shit like that, and, like, you really feel like you're in a matrix compared to when you're in, like, rural fucking wherever the fuck, And I came from upstate. When I moved down here the other week, I even said, I was like, yo man, I need to go to the park or something because I don't feel like I'm grounded at all. I don't feel like I'm connected to
A
shit.
park?
Yeah,
The park is man-made too, though.
I know, but at least it has the grass and stuff that was there before it. They just
You don't even know that.
put it in a
You
section.
gotta look that up, bro. You don't even know if that was really there.
I mean, Prospect has like war memorials and
Oh,
stuff from like the
alright.
1700s.
So you know your shit. I'm just talking bullshit. But alright, so boom. Even though it's Prospect Park, they still got it. They fucking that's what it is domesticated. They domesticated nature right there. It's not even true
Yeah.
nature. Humans, we're domesticated as well. There's still some true humans out there, but I doubt it. I'd say like 5%, maybe even less than really living like how I feel like niggas should be living or like should be. You decide whatever life you want to live, right? But this, I was watching a Joe Rogan pod. I brought up this guy to say we're disconnected from the world because we don't think about how deep life could get. That we're on a fucking rock, floating through space, bro. When I was on acid, I took acid. I was in the city one time. Went to some crazy ass place, like some crazy art exhibit, and they kicked me out on the road. They didn't kick me out. It felt like that though, because it was so nice in there. And then I was kicked out on a cold, hard street of Manhattan. I'm tripping balls deep into my trip. I'm looking at everybody. I genuinely feel like I'm in GTA, bro. I don't know because I played GTA and that's just how I'm looking at it. But
Yo.
it felt like I was in GTA, bro.
Yo, bro. Especially if your character looks a lot like you. I go hard with the video games. I be making my character look identical to me. I be feeling like my avatar. I'm like, yo.
Was it that wrestler? The wrestler nigga you made look like you?
Yo, he has my tattoos and everything, bro. I just sit there and it's easy for me because I've been playing the game since a kid. I'm nice with it. I'm like, yo, bam, bam, bam. Looks like it's funny.
Nigga, Mikey simulated. Y'all see that? He simulated. He liked the simulation. You would take the Neuralink, bro.
Nah,
take
hell
it-
no.
You would taking the Neuralink, bro.
Nah.
Oh God.
Nah.
But yeah, bro. And I was gonna say like I was watching this Joe Rogan pod, and this guy, he's from New York. He said he would go upstate and go through the parks and how they were so amazing, this, that, and the third. But he would always end up on the other side of the park. So that made him want to go like be on some nature shit. And he's figuring out any way he could like really experience true nature. And then he figured out like he just finessed his way because he really wanted it. If you really want something, there's a way to get it. He really wanted it. And he tapped in with some guy that had taken to the Amazon forest, bro. The nigga started living in the Amazon forest, wrestling snakes and alligators and all this different type of bullshit. He built the world's tallest treehouse in the world in some big ass tall tree above the clouds, bro. That got Wi-Fi and shit. And he did all of that because he wants people to save the forest. Like he's trying to make awareness, and he knows people with the money isn't gonna want to fucking survive in the harsh jungle. So he made it like this cool experience to where people with the money would fucking pay to go do it.
Yeah.
And he's just telling all these different experiences about the jungle, but he said just living there, it's like, it's crazy. The jungle eats you up alive. Like the bacteria, it eats your skin, the sun. Like he said since he made that treehouse, he was in the canopy. He said 80% of the jungle lives within the canopy, within the trees. So when you're on the floor, you don't really see that much. So, but since he built the treehouse, he woke up in the morning and then he said he woke up to like a cacophony of noise. And he's looking out the window and there's just all this life going on. He said he's sweating and he sees his sweat evaporating off the skin and going into the sky.
Holy shit.
He's seeing all the light do everything that's doing shit in and going down to the floor. Everything that's going on. And he said then after a certain amount of time, it starts to rain. Like literally his sweat goes into the sky and rains
And comes back down.
You're a part of the world, bro.
You're a part of the ecosystem around you.
The world that's eating you up, you're experiencing, you have to survive and all that shit, and you gotta eat from the land and all that shit. That's real life.
I mean, the way it was intended, yeah.
That's real life, and you can't forget like how beautiful the world is, or like your goal or your mission when you're in the world, or even if you want to live this modern life, you can't remove yourself from the realities of it.
Absolutely.
Or you're gonna get lost in the sauce, bro.
Absolutely. You gotta stay grounded. You gotta stay grounded. You gotta stay in check with reality. I completely agree. You know where I went that was really nice, like nature wise. I mean, it wasn't nice. Like, I mean, it's not. It was nice. It's not diverse. It's a lot of like rock and shit. But I went to Utah, and that was really cool. You know, it's just like big country. It's like they only have Salt Lake City.
Where's Utah? Like, name me a state that's next to Utah, because I don't really know.
It's next to like it's a part of like the four that like meet in the middle. It's like Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona,
Alright, bet. So more
Vegas, and like
Oh,
Nevada.
So it's bordering Nevada.
Yeah,
Alright, so that's deep. That's over in the west. Then.
yeah.
Alright. Damn. How was that?
It was nice. It was really nice. I went to the Salt Lake.
Oh, I remember you posting about that. Yeah. Tell me how that was, bro.
I went to the Salt Lake. Because we went for Lena's birthday, so we went to the Salt Lake because we wanted to see it like before, like, 'cause it's supposed to like dry up in like 10 years. Even though they're like trying to like come up with solutions to keep it going because it produces this certain kind of shrimp that makes them a fuckload of money. They don't care about preserving the thing at all. They just care about the shrimp.
Yeah, that's
So they're trying to like keep it going, but naturally it's drying up, and we wanted to go see it. And that shit's fire because it's like so salty that you float like really easy.
Like the Dead Sea.
Yeah, and it was just really cool, bro. I came out and I was like crystallized in fucking salt, and you're like, yo, this is shit that you don't see anywhere else. And it was just really cool. And I didn't get to see like any of the like bigger parks or anything like that I want because you have to drive, and I don't drive. But I'm gonna get my license and I'm gonna hit it back again, and I'm gonna go see that shit because it's cool. Pretty much like Utah is Salt Lake City and like whatever little neighboring cities in like the northeast of it, and then the rest of it is just plain desert, untouched desert. Maybe like a little government touched because like Area 51 shit. There's a lot of skinwalker talk though in Utah because of
Oh shit.
because of the Mormons.
Nah, what? Nah,
Because
this
of
is
the
crazy. You just took a crazy turn. Skinwalkers because of the
Because
Mormons.
the Mormons mass killing the natives. Skinwalkers are just native spirits type shit.
So you believe in skinwalkers?
Absolutely.
Nah, bro, that's crazy.
Dude, there's literally something called Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. I have not looked into it, so I can't tell you much about it, but I've heard it by name, and it's a phenomenon, Like, there's a lot of eerie shit, and when I went with Lena, we saw and heard eerie shit. Number one,
Oh no.
hold on, let me get into it. Welcome to the Cult of Personality Podcast. I'm your host, truly, Mikeymcchoppa. Let me get into it. Finally, let me get into it. Today we're here with our guest, Mastaphil. Yo, bro. When we went to Utah, number one, you know how the crackheads out here are like sentient? They're just like, and they're aggressive and shit. Not trying to be fucked up at all.
No, you're on point.
They're sentient, they're aggressive, they'll talk to you, they'll engage with you. Bro, over there, the crackheads are like, they do different drugs, of course. Yo, bro, they're like lobotomized.
Oh, what?
Like, they're like zombies in the street. Like, they don't talk. They just look at you. Dead eyes. And they're eerie. And they're like zombies. Like, dead ass. And it, like, makes me think, like, yo, what the fuck is going on over here? Like, what vibration's going on over here that this shit is like this,
Nah,
So
bro.
that was the first thing that fucked me up.
Vibe.
That fucked me up. So me and Lena, we go to the downtown because where we were staying was not too far from the downtown of Salt Lake City. Bro, we go to smoke, and we're smoking and shit, and it's not legal over there, so we're chilling, we're like, low. Bro, and we just start hearing like footsteps behind us.
Oh,
But nobody's there. And the streets are empty because it's Salt Lake City. Nobody's.
both heard it.
Yeah.
Not high or nothing.
No. We both heard it. Bro. And there's nobody near. Whatever. The streets are
Describe
dead.
to me how the footsteps sounded.
Bro, it sounded like the scuffing of.
Look, close your eyes.
Okay.
And describe it. Like make it.
Okay,
make
so
noise with your mouth.
All right,
No homo.
so let me give you the setting.
Pause.
I'm sitting on like a power box on like the sidewalk with Lena to my left, and I'm looking at the building. So the street is behind me.
What was the temperature?
It was like it was hot. It was probably like, I don't know, it was probably like in the 70s, 80s, but it's dry heat, so it wasn't that hot.
Describe like the color of the sky.
It was pitch black, like, or not pitch black, but it's like nighttime. Like, it was dark. It was dark.
And describe the vibe, like spooky.
We're by a crosswalk, type shit, and there's like a train station behind us because they have their own little transit, but it's like in the middle of the street type shit.
Nah.
So like it's like well lit. It's a well lit area, but bro, like the street is behind us, and you just hear like the scuffing. Like it sounded like the scuffing of the front of a shoe, like running behind us, and it like ran from the street towards like around us into like the corner that was to our left.
The whole location of it, like in your mind, you can hear like.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. It was weird, and then after that,
Oh, what the fuck?
and then after that, we heard like a scream from like a distance, and it sounded like it was coming from like an apartment like over on the other corner, but it was eerie. Like it sounded like a scream for help, but then you don't hear anything after, and it didn't. I don't know. I didn't sound like it was like an incident, like human incident. But
You heard a scream?
bro, me and her both heard a scream. Me and Lena both heard a scream.
Oh.
It was eerie as fuck. So I'm telling you, I'm like skinwalker shit, bro. Like spirits shit.
You know what? I've been fortunate. All right, so I gotta put this video out because I recorded some like stream content like on Times Square, and I had this fire like question that I wanted to ask people because I was in this vibe where I do believe in aliens. I want to believe in like that type of stuff, but like I told you, I'm a very skeptical person just out of objectivity. I want to really know what's going on.
Right.
The only times I've ever seen something that like I couldn't explain, and I had a good reason why I couldn't explain, is because I was literally on like I was doing psychedelics, so of course I'm gonna hallucinate. So it's like, all right.
What psychedelics have you done, if you don't mind me asking?
I've done mushrooms and acid.
I have these like mushroom gummies that I've been waiting on. How do you feel about those?
So
Like I have them, but I haven't done them because I have like work and shit.
what do you mean how I feel about them?
Like, what's your opinion on them compared? Because I'm assuming you just done like shrooms, you know?
Okay, so
This is like weed versus edibles conversation.
I'm trying to say this in a way where I'm okay, so I have only done mushrooms that I know that 100% mushrooms. Like I know I couldn't be laced. I know that like they're 100% good. I know exactly where they came from.
Right.
I know exactly where they were grown, what time they was grown. That was the
You're
only
secure about it.
the only mushrooms those are the only mushrooms I ever done. I've even done them to the point where they were fresh. They weren't dried.
Damn, fresh out the shit.
Fresh out the shit. Fresh.
Stank?
Not stink.
Alright.
You wash it off, it's good.
Nice.
But I done them fresh, bro, and
Are they potent? Like,
I like it that way. I wouldn't do it any other way. I've made tea out of them. I've turned them into capsules. You just grind them up. You put them in capsules. Kids don't do this until you're 25. Until your mind is fully formed. You know. I'm not saying that you should do it. I haven't done them like I've done them like I'm not completely comfortable doing psychedelics right now. I have no problem doing them. I think they're actually, for me personally, they changed me as a person. They made me think about things very differently than I would have. I don't know if that was just me growing up. I did them while I was growing up, so I don't know if I would have got the same like lessons just growing up regularly, or
okay.
if they were due to the lessons that I made. I feel like
Well,
maybe,
they say that they make your brain a little more malleable, you know, like childlike even. That's what I've heard.
of course, because they make you. Me coming from my own personal experience, I feel like it just makes me rethink certain because what is our ego, right? Our ego is just certain things we just decided to believe. You believe you're Mikey. You believe that you're a podcaster. You believe that I don't know all your beliefs, right? I believe what I believe.
I don't even know what I believe. That's how deep I am, bro. I don't even know what I believe because this is the way that I think.
I feel you.
But there
bro.
are certain things that I believe. But like now, if you was to question me on it, I realize sometimes I'll be arguing with somebody, and then when you argue with somebody, that's when you realize what you believe. But
Word.
sometimes when I argue with people, I'm just being a devil's advocate. I'm just trying to test what you believe.
That's your
really.
true Aquarian nature.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't even know. Because when somebody told me something that they believe, I could immediately find a fault in it. Because that's what I do to myself.
Yes.
I just like I'll believe something, but I'm like, why do I even believe this? And then I'll just start thinking about it, and then I'll just be like confused. So like that's like it stops me from putting out art and shit like that. And then I've been having to learn how to be more decisive because of that. Just like I actively try to be decisive on things. But it's hard to do that. But yeah, I just that's just me. I just be like testing people's beliefs. But what were we talking about before this?
Don't fucking ask me, bro. I'm supposed to know, and I don't. Ah, shit. Where were we? Hold on.
I'm gonna remember. Hold on.
I was talking about skinwalkers and shit.
Oh, boom. Okay, boom. Alright, boom. I'm back on track. So,
And like, yeah, nature and being grounded and shit.
the only time I ever believed, like, those type of conspiracies, like, alright, this goes to the question I was asking people, like, the paranormal shit. Like, I was like, I just never ended up ever experiencing no shit like that. And like I said, I've only ever done that while getting psychedelics.
Yo.
Psychedelics.
I should show you a video of what I saw. I can't show you right now. Bro.
I need to see it. I need to see it. Just bring it up. What are you talking about? Tell me.
Bro.
What happened?
You should see what I saw in the sky the other day. Hold on.
Bro, I'm about to debunk this right now. He about to show me some bullshit.
No.
I'm being skeptical right now.
No. Because you want to talk about paranormal and like not of this world shit, bro? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you something. And maybe I should bring the green screen down. No, I'll put it over. Hold on. Give me 1 second, bro. Holy shit. When was it?
We about to see if he really got some paranormal shit going on.
Alright, hold on. No. It was past this. I went way past. Bro. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Oh, wait. Why am I not on Wi-Fi? What the fuck? That's so whack.
He playing around.
Bro, it's gonna take forever to load because of that. Oh, no. We lit.
Alright, back. That's
Hold on.
how paranormal shit be, though, because, like, you can never record something that's crazy. Like, it never let you record it.
Yeah,
That's happened to me before.
The government's like, yo, your Wi-Fi is turned off. Try to load it.
Bro.
Come on.
See, I'm telling you, he probably really got some shit on there.
Bro.
Nah, he really got some shit on
And,
there.
like, I read up on it, and they're trying to pass it as, like, an Elon Musk satellite thing, bro. But I'm not buying it. It was moving way too fast for, like, Look at this shit.
No, I seen that before. That's what's it called? I think that's the satellite. I feel like that's what it is, but maybe you're right. I don't know. That shit look crazy,
Bro, it was moving so fast, and it faded into nothingness. Like, it was just like, I feel like if it was a satellite, it would have moved way slower. If it was like in orbit, it was
I think I seen people post shit like that on Twitter, and then they debunked it. Like, it really might be some Elon Musk shit, but I don't know, bro. Because, bro, I really am conspiratorial minded to where like I'll shut some shit down. Like, if you told me you believe in flat Earth, I'd tell you bugging, right? But if you told me that you believed in regular Earth, I'll tell you bugging. I'm gonna tell you both ways. I'm gonna bring up all the conspiracies thing. I'm like, bro, what you call it? Well, how comes there's no footage of anybody flying around the Earth one whole time? Like, from the outsiders, like, they won't let people go to the Arctic. I can't go to the Arctic.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it like, cause it's owned, right? Or like some shit like private? How did they do that?
How can it, bro? Listen to you, bro.
How did they do that? But that's really like they had a conquest on who could get to the fucking like North Pole and all this fucked up shit, or South Pole or whatever the fuck.
So who the fuck can go there if I can't go there? Like, that's why I be thinking about world.
It's bullshit.
Bullshit, bro. And all these borders and shit, bro. Like, Oh no, it's crazy. We need them to a certain extent, but then it's like
No,
at the end of the
I don't
day,
fucking believe in borders. You know, it's so fucked up on like that someone could just come and take your land, bro. You know that Utah and Salt Lake City like has like ancient fucking ties to like Aztec culture and like that ancient Mexican culture because it used to be fucking Mexico and it was Navajo tribe territory and all that shit.
that's
And
that's
the Mormons just came and wiped them up and took it all over and just settled there.
that's fire. Like to go be able to live there as an American and be there, but that's fucked up from like just like a
They
third perspective, just looking at it as a whole. Like
And
that's
they
just
wiped
fucked up to
them.
do.
And they did it gruesomely, putting them on pitchforks and, you know, the raping and pillaging that comes along with. It's fucked up. Fucked up shit. But not to get, like, so deep and dark into it, but, like, it's fucked up.
Nah, yeah. There's a lot of fucked up shit that happened, and shit, you can't really explain it. It's like I can't even imagine living in a time. And when I think about it, like people like to say, "Yo, we live in such an amazing time." Yada yada yada. Like, and I agree. Like, yeah, I'd love to live in the present, right? But then guess what? You don't get to live in the future. People in the future might be saying the same thing, or they might be saying worse thing. Who knows, right? But what I feel like is the oldest person in the world right now, whoever that person is, when that person was born, was on the planet with a whole different set of people. Everybody on the earth was a different person when the oldest person was alive. That person, when he was born, everybody before that was like not alive. But to that point, or like even to a certain point, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm bugging out on that map. Maybe it's like maybe like a 30-year gap. And I don't know. I'm thinking
Nah,
about.
man. I mean, it's a whole different world when, like, you look at someone who's, like, let's say the oldest person's, like, 120 years ago, 1903.
That person is one, right? Who is older than that person?
People born in the 1800s.
All right, and who is younger than that person? Who would be younger in the next year?
What, like 1905?
I mean, who would be like? I don't even know how to explain this concept. Like, it's so crazy to me. But if you watch it, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a whole different set of people on the earth from the youngest person. What were you saying? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna get it.
I was saying, we're talking about, like, I was saying the oldest person being born like 1903.
I remember. So, this knowledge, all the knowledge that we have is really passed down. Like, we're not really alive for ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we just live and then we go. But this experience is here. And I'm losing it, but I'm gonna get it back. Hold on, I'm gonna get it back. Alright, I remember. So like people try to say like, yo, we live in such an amazing time, but how you don't know you was living in the past? You get what I'm saying? Because when we was born, we don't know where we came from before we was born, and all we experience is when we're alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we really don't know if we're just like, I might die and I might experience the future. I might be born again. The same like feeling of like consciousness might be bestowed upon me whichever way, and I just experience it that way. I don't know where I'm gonna go or what's gonna happen. But like we don't fucking know.
What about like reincarnation?
I don't know if I believe in that.
Or like coming back. Well, I believe like second lives or like, not second lives, but like past lives and however the fuck. Do you believe in that? Past life?
I don't know because I hear stories of people like kids. They come back and they'll have a whole like they'll tell a story of like how they died and shit. I've watched it on YouTube to try to figure it out. I don't know if that they're bugging out. Sometimes the story be matching up and shit. You don't know if you could believe it or not. So I really have no real evidence, and this all goes back to say, all this conspiratorial shit to say. Like I was asking, the video that I was making was. Since I've never experienced it, I just wanted to ask as many people if they experienced it and see what they would say. Maybe I could actually get some experience and like really have somebody show me some proof of something crazy that's unnatural, that's out of this world actually happened, and I could actually believe it and really be like, nah, this world is something that is like, it's just really like crazy, like it's like unimaginable, like mermaids exist, and all these conspiracies that people say they have evidence. I want to believe in it, aliens and shit, but then like it gets so deep to like, all right, what if this shit? It could be both ways. It could be exactly what it seems like. It could be worse than what it seems like, or better than what it seems like. It could be like a fucking simulation. We could be in like a half sphere, or like we could be on a plane and we're only like they're using the world like we're just workers for some other part of the world, and we're not allowed to go to the Arctic. We don't know. There could be fucking alien crash landings there. It could be a whole different community.
Bro, do you know what I saw on TikTok the other day? And like, it looks like it could be a fucking sunken UFO, like some Baltic Sea anomaly thing. There's like this thing in the ocean that is just there, and they scanned it with like a sonar. And like when then they try to investigate it, the compasses and all their shit goes crazy and all this shit. Sorry, not to get super off topic, but it's like,
no, it's perfectly on topic, but it's just like, how do you confirm that though? Nah,
right.
I can't think TikTok because I feel like I heard that the Chinese people be fucking with the American algorithm, just be putting bullshit. Because what if they put in all this fucking bullshit just to fucking fuck with the people's minds and make them believe all this conspiratorial shit, and just make us more lost in the sauce? When all this life could be exactly what is displayed for it is. We live on Earth, and this is what it is. We don't know life.
The media could completely just skew everyone's perspective of the world, and it definitely does.
And that's to the benefit of who, like whoever controls the media. And there is a certain group of people, and it gets crazy. I don't like to say this. I met a Jewish person the other day. That was nice. He gave me $15 because I did something for him, and he was trying to put me onto some game. But like, I do think a huge percent of Jewish people control a lot of things, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When you really follow the money and shit, like, even when I would drive around doing Uber Eats and shit, bro, the Jewish communities always look pristine. They always look in thing. All the families look happy. They don't look like no bullshit is going on. You don't see liquor stores, and if there is a liquor store, it looks nice and like it looks thing in the cut.
I spent a lot of time in Borough Park, like in that area of Brooklyn. Yeah, their houses are real. Their architecture is real nice over there and shit, and their religious centers and their buildings are very well kept and all that stuff, you know?
And that's what I'm not saying this no shit. I'm not trying to say those people. I think that could be a possibility to be like they just have a good community thing, right? But it's just like, I'm just saying, Jewish people, they're very well connected people, and it would make sense if they're able. All the communities that I see of Jewish people are like this. That means they're connected overall.
Absolutely. I mean, that's like where the whole like stigma came from or whatever, of like, you know, Jewish accountant, Jewish lawyer, stuff like that, you know?
Hold on, bro.
No worries. But yeah, absolutely. That's like undeniable for what I know. However, it traces.
I don't know what the elite cabal is. I don't know if it's Jewish niggas. I just say that to say that, like, those people who control the world and shit, they do it through the media. They do it through food. They do it through. They want to get everybody into this. Huh?
Disease.
Oh. See, I would hate, but like it makes sense, bro. Like when I was doing psychedelics and all that, I feel like it makes you super perceptive. You know things that you shouldn't even know. It's good.
All your devices been removed. Oh, damn, they unplugged. That's so fucked up. Hold on. Good thing we have the camera.
Yeah, when I do a pod, all I do is I just like edit the camera audio.
Yeah.
And then just fucking I throw a little like noise remover on it.
Bingo bongo. Exactly. That's what I had to do for my last one as well. Oh wait, I'm not back for both. Come back.
Now you gotta stop.
Yeah. It should be so.
Just let's remember Jewish niggas controlling the world.
And bingo bongo. We're back. Yeah, I guess we gotta be delicate. Now we know.
Yeah, my fault. Like as soon as our foot touched that corner, it's my fault.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're back. We're back.
Is there you got like a thing I can charge my phone?
Yes. Is it an iPhone?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hold on 1 second. Damn, hold on. My fucking hand-eye coordination is fucking shit.
You can just put it down for me, bro.
Sweet. Nice home screen.
Thank you. I took that shit in like the moment.
I'll put it over here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
No, it's just a piece of art and I did a little edit on it.
That's
But-
what's up.
Yeah, I don't know who really. When I said the Jewish niggas controlling the world, I don't really mean that. That was just to remember, but I don't know who runs the world. It could definitely be them, but they do it through a bunch of different things, and it would make sense. The people who has all that power and money, they want to keep it that way. How do you keep it that way? You keep humans, us, the nigga that's doing Uber Eats. I don't know, whatever job he doing.
It's
a fucking
it's
cog type job.
pyramid scheme, hierarchy shit.
Yeah, it's like
Classist.
bro, yeah, the niggas who have the money, they ain't fucking friends with each other, and they just want to keep it that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it don't matter if it's at the benefit of the overall growth of the world. They're like, those are like the evil villains, I feel like.
Yeah, the 1%, man. The fucking old farts who hoard all the wealth. And we have to like fight for the scrums and like trickle down economics and shit. Fuck Ronald Reagan. You know, and all that fucked up shit that's implemented in our society that's like, that keeps us losing. And then you want to talk about redlining in minority communities and all the drugs and shit that they fill us with, and why is there a smoke shop and a liquor store on every corner but I can't find any organic food, anything like that, because you know they play it very strategically to keep it like a power play.
Every day, you are not making it out the hood. I'm sorry to tell you, but there's no way you can function properly eating a chicken sandwich every day.
No.
There's no way you could do that. Like, you have to. That's why we was talking about earlier. If we want to make this shit go, me doing it really outside and just wanting to, just having aspirations in my life. Like, and people will call my aspirations stupid, you know, like, anybody aspiration, no matter what they want to do, it could be any little thing, bro. It's never stupid. If it's something that they want to do, as long as it don't harm nobody and it's a possible thing, other people have done it, or even if they could tell you and they really have a dream and they're not crazy, you can't fault them, and like it can really be a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like when you really want to grind on this shit, and like whenever you have something that you gotta be responsible with. Cause I'd say you're a content creator, regardless of like how much content you put out. I'd say I'm a content creator regardless of how much content I put out. But if we put out content, like if say you make one pod for the year, can you really say you're a podcaster? If I make one pod for the year, and I gotta hold myself to some standards, like even with music stuff, like I can't really say I'm a musician. I feel like I could call myself that, but it's like I'm right in the line. I want to put out way more music than I put out now.
Right.
And like I know that I am. Because I know the music that I work on, and like I feel like I'm a critic of myself. So, but like there's a thing to proving it to other people. I don't live it to prove to other people, but it's like to be better, you're gonna want to do it. You want to do it for yourself, and like when you do it for yourself, like other people do matter, because it's gonna be those people who's watching is that's gonna show you if you're going down the right path or not, or if you're really doing something that's important, that really matters to like the culture, society. Other people are gonna have to consume it or like interact with it one way or another. So we gotta. I forgot why I started talking about being a thing with our time and just learning how to. Oh, like, well, yeah, like having our purpose and shit.
Yeah.
And wanting to grind more and just like realizing like I gotta be more intentional with my time and think about shit, and just so I really make use of my time here on earth.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's there's this singer I like. Well, he used to be a singer. Now he does like spoken word, and he's an old fart from the '80s. But Henry Rollins, he was like a singer for Black Flag, and he was talking about. He's like way more nihilistic about it, and I think it's because like Borderlands like speculate he's on like the spectrum and shit. He's like very like in his ways. He's like, I don't believe in the afterlife. Da da da. He's like, I believe that you should just do the most you with the time you have, because it's not, obviously it's like very cliche, like it's not guaranteed the time that we, what after, but he said it like in a really, I don't know, he said it differently in a more in-depth way.
Everybody got their own perspective, and you can't wrong them. This is my metaphor, bro. I created this one. It's like a kind of like a story or like something. Or maybe I didn't create this one, but like I think I did. So, but you gotta think about life and death like this. It's like, think about two hills, bro. Two cliffs.
Right.
Or like, you know how in like the movies they have these impossible cliffs, and then there's a bridge to go to one or the other, and there's a gap in the middle. Right?
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it's like the cliffs are. It's close enough. It's like offset. One is tall and then one is short. And like you could jump to the other side if you wanted to from your up here, right?
Yeah.
But there's no way back. There's no way back.
No way back.
And there's steam in between. It's like you can't see what's on the other side. It's like clouds. You can't see what's on the other side. That's like life and death, bro. Like, and everybody's gonna be on the top cliff. Everybody gonna come to the cliff and they're gonna look at the smoke and the steam, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, bro! Like, I heard stories about what's on the other side. Like, nobody knows what's on the other side, because once you go on the other side, you can't come back. Nobody's ever been back from the other side of going on the cliff. We're talking about like primitive
Well, some
times.
people come from death, back from death. How do you feel about like?
All right, so listen. This I had that. I put that in the story too. So you gotta think about it. It's a group of 5 people, and these group of 5 people represent like all the stories of what people say, what happens when you jump across that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
But really, do you know anybody that came back from death?
Lena.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
What she tell you? What she said happened?
She was a young child and she like fell, and like she said that she just like exited her body and saw everything in the like third person, and like she describes it way more in depth of like what she felt, but like she said that it was like very, and then I forgot, she jumped back in eventually, and she says that a lot of her family like talks about like saying that it changed her, like it's something, coming back from something like that. So I don't know, she could definitely tell you more about it.
All right, so listen to this. So you one of the people on the cliff now too.
Okay.
So that's one of the stories that you had. Oh, my girlfriend, she told me this down in the third. This is what happened. Everybody's on the cliff. It's not too often that you hear somebody that has a story.
No, yeah, it's
like
very
that.
rare.
So and then other people got the Bible or a book. Oh, somebody said, "Look at this. This is what they say. This is what happened." Somebody says, "Well, you go over there, you die. There's no coming back. You jump over there, there's no life for you. Like, you're done." Somebody said, "Oh, it's this beautiful place. This down in the third. This down in the third." And I'm sure you believe in Lena, but there's people gonna, like, what you told me wasn't like very, like, was she gonna stay in that state, you feel like?
I'm not sure.
Like, she might, like, she can't, I don't know if I don't want to be rude, but she might have not really been gone. She could have been in the in-between space.
Right.
Something, because if she really died, she would have really been gone.
No, yeah, exactly.
But she was like in that in-between space where she could have been gone, but she's still here. It's like an out-of-body experience. So it's like, you can't really even take that for like full concrete thing to say this is what happens to everybody.
Oh no, yeah, because everyone has a different story.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Everybody on that cliff has a different story when they get there.
Yeah.
But the only time you find out is when you jump over the cliff.
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
That you need that closure and confirmation in yourself. You can never perceive it.
Exactly. Even though that's your girlfriend, you love her, you believe her, this, that, and the third. There's always gonna be something where you didn't really experience it to know, and it's still up in the air for what's really gonna happen, and that's what it is in life, bro. And that's just simply what it is, bro.
Absolutely.
Everybody has their own theories, and there's gonna be a guy that's just saying, like me, I'm another guy perspective that's saying, oh, all of y'all could be right, all of y'all have a different thing, but like nobody really knows. This, down the third, and then the only way you find out is when you go on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So like that goes back to the story that you was telling me about the singer. You say he was a singer, Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah.
And he said that he just doesn't think that's his perspective. And whatever perspective you have, as long as I feel like it's healthy to have one that's beneficial for your life here, because this is all that you experience. This is all that you know right now. If you want to live for the better, because then you could be like this. You could decide to have a perspective like that doesn't exist. I'm going to just do whatever the fuck I want. And I don't give a fuck. Who cares? I can't say if that's bad or good if I'm trying to be objective. Me personally, I'd be like, damn, that's damaging to everything that's going on. That, like, if you just decided to just fuck all and do whatever you want, like, that's fucked up. And that wouldn't be beneficial to anybody but you. And that's not, like we started earlier, if I hurt you, I'm hurting myself.
Right.
Like, and somebody who's so far gone, who's just so willing to hurt anybody, and they don't give a fuck. They didn't have no goal anyway. They're just like, they just become another cog to the machine where they were just an experience for you to know there's people like this in the world.
Right.
And you gotta adjust and move towards that, or because of that.
Right. Philosophical shit.
Type shit. But yeah, I gotta leave. So ask me some different. Ask me whatever you want to ask me.
You want me to get you with the trademark question right now?
If you want to.
I got you right now. It's like 4 questions in one. It's really just like based around you.
Is this gonna be the first time you asked it like at the end?
Type shit, yeah.
That's fire though.
That's fire. You like flipped the whole interview like on its like thing. We like started in conversation, and like now we're like reaching the structural points, and we're gonna end with structure. And usually it's completely opposite.
You don't gotta rush. Like, I'm not thinking too much in time, but like I just wanna.
Yeah. I mean, when you need to get going by, you said.
Just ask me some questions.
All right, I got you right now. Mastaphil, my buddy Phil here in the Cult HQ.
Yes, sir.
The name, the image, the aura, and the energy.
Mm-hmm.
How did it start? How did we get to this very present moment? And everything in between, as a content creator, as a podcaster, as a musician, all of it, as a human being.
Bro, thank you for asking me that question, bro. I've been watching you ask that question mad times, bro. I'm very appreciative to be here and to answer this question. I want to say that I fuck with this podcast, Cult of Personality. It definitely has a lot of personality. You have a lot of personality. I see a future with this shit that's big. I gave you some advice. I feel like you should really follow that. But like, I just want to give you your biggest before I go into myself.
Thank you so much.
And I also want to have you on my podcast I'm gonna do something just like this on Really Outside, but for you, flip it.
I'm super down. I'm gonna go take the lure.
So I bet. So Mastaphil, it goes deep. So shit. When I had Instagram and Facebook, this is a time like middle school, high school. I was trying to figure out. I just had Fillmore Parks. That's my government. And I was like, I want to change it up. And there was this girl that I was talking to at the time. I wasn't like, she was just my friend. And she would talk about Dragon Ball Z and shit. And I didn't really watch Dragon Ball Z like that. But the one nigga that I knew from Dragon Ball Z was Master Roshi. That bald headed
The old
nigga.
dude? Yeah.
And for some reason, I just changed my Facebook to his name. I just changed it to Master Roshi, and I put a picture of him. I don't know why the fuck I did that. I don't know why the fuck I did that, bro. I don't know if I was trying to impress the girl or something like that. I don't even think. I just thought it was funny. I don't know why the fuck I did that. And people was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, people thought I was just some random person. Like, I was just. It was just my middle school, like, going into high school Facebook. Then I was like, "Oh fuck it." Like, all right, this is kind of weird. Like, I don't want to be Master Roshi. Like, I was just bullshitting. Like, I didn't really. I wasn't thinking about a brand or identity or nothing or like a fucking nickname or anything.
Right.
And then I was just like, all right, boom. I'm gonna change it to Master Phil. Just put Master Phil.
Easy transition.
Just kept it there, and then niggas like, oh, that's who this is. Like, it's just Phil. This nigga just fooling around. And then that was around the time when I was trying to find my Instagram name too. And I was just doing bullshit on the Instagram name too, like just doing anything. I don't even remember those names. I'm not even gonna lie. But at that time, it didn't really matter. I had no followers. Niggas wasn't fucking with me on IG. This is around the time like my freshman year, and people was not like I did not have friends in high school like that, like freshman, sophomore year, and like I did have friends. Like my first friends in high school was like some white niggas, like niggas I would never imagine to be friends with, bro.
Facts.
And they was just the reason why I was friends with them. They was just the first people that was open to me. And it's like, this is my first time really interacting with white people. Shout out to Ben. That was really my first friend in high school. I don't really talk to him like that much now, but like there ain't no thing. He's just like on a different path. But like it kind of me going to Dozo. That's the school I went to. Kind of like it had like all different types of people in there. So it kind of like opened my mind to just not like just being like, oh, everybody's the same. Like there's not a third. Even though the some of the stereotypes I feel like is true. Like I had braids and he thought I had dreads. Like these are dreads.
Yeah.
I went to freshman school. Like when I was a freshman, the first day I walked into school and he saw me, he kept saying that I had dreads. And he couldn't tell the difference. I'm like, that's really some white shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
White people be doing white shit, bro. I have another white story, but that's behind us. If you want to ask me about the white story after I finish, you can ask me. But that's gonna sidetrack the shit. But yeah, I never really had friends. Really, but like I was cool with people, but Ben started introducing me to a whole lot of like he was cool with other people. He would introduce me to some people, and then like I guess like sophomore junior year, I always tell you this story. Like I would post on IG, right? This is the thing. The thing about Instagram was like you would know you was lit if you had more than 11 likes. Cause if you had this is around the time if you had under 11 likes, it would show everybody that liked it.
Oh my god!
So you'd be like, damn,
yo,
if I
remember that
or something. You get low likes. Oh, this nigga's bummy.
Yo, I completely forgot about that era of Instagram, bro.
That
you're so right.
Bro, still under here, yo.
Hey, Rolly. What happened? He got you?
No, I was just like hit him. I was like, yo, there's a cat right here.
Oh shit! Hey, Rolly. How are you, Papa?
Chilling.
You hanging out? Oh, he's liking the conversation.
Yeah, he vibing for real.
Yeah, he's hanging out. He's sleepy. Yeah, that's so awesome. Shout out Rolly, man.
Yeah, I fuck with Rolly.
Rolly's cool as fuck.
Alright, so boom, so yeah, so that shit. I'll post shit and I would always get under 11 likes, bro.
No.
I know. I can't get no bitch not fucking with me. This, that, and third. And I was fat in high school too, bro. I was fat, so you know I was not getting no hoes, bro. So if like I got bad image on social media, oh it's bad. Like I'm doing bad, bro. So fuck it. It didn't matter. I used to have long hair, like really long hair. I had a ponytail. I never had dreads. All I do, bro, and it was down to my back. I cut that shit. Cut that shit off. That's probably like sophomore year. I remember cutting that shit off sophomore year, and that's when I really started making videos around sophomore year. And I was making music before that, so this goes into making music too. So I'm gonna try to tie into the making music part too.
Alrighty. No
I'm not
worries.
really stressed for time.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Time, so don't worry.
We're chilling.
So, are you think for time?
Huh?
You think for time?
No. I'm just running off this little time. This thing fluctuates.
Bet.
So we're good.
So, when I started doing music too, it's almost the same thing. Like I feel like around this time, like I wanted attention type shit. Cause like I said, I didn't really have friends, but I'm not like no weirdo nigga. Like I was always a funny nigga. Like I'm not fiending for attention.
Right.
But I was like, I wasn't gonna shy away from it. But
Right.
it's weird because I'm like, I would call myself an introverted person. Like I'd rather situations like this, like where I'm just talking to somebody. That's why I also started the pod as well. Cause I just like more intimate settings where I could talk to you and actually have a conversation. I don't really like going out big groups or where people that I don't really know like that. I don't really like that. But like I'll do it. And
Yeah. I feel
so
you.
it's like a combination of both. I never would think of myself like that, but I would want attention. Like I want that attention. Like one of my biggest dreams is like for me to perform some of my music to a group of people and they love it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I don't really care for it now. I just work on what I work on. I just do what I think is cool. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Take it day by day and just do you.
Yeah, but when it came down to like me starting music, you know, SoundCloud. When SoundCloud first came out, I had an iPad, and the way it would work is you could record straight. You could click record on this iPad, and I could talk. Like say this is an iPad, I click it and it would record, and I could put it right in there.
Right.
So what I'll do is I'll freestyle, take a phone, put the beat on, and then I'll do that.
I used to do the same
See?
shit.
Real
Yo,
niggas
I used to do the
that
same shit. That's how I started making music, bro.
You see?
With GarageBand, bro.
Bro.
With GarageBand on the iPad, bro.
So I feel like all musicians our age have a similar come up. When it's really calling to you and it's something that you really do, whatever it is, however you got into it. Because if it wasn't really calling to you, if you just thought about doing it was funny, but you didn't really give a fuck and it faded off to you. No, you did that and it intrigued you, and it kind of helped you grow.
It was trial and error, but like, it's like a calling, bro.
Exactly, and then probably to a similar experience as you, where now you started evolving on that shit. Where it's like, all right, how do I make this shit sound better now? So I would like, started doing that. I'm about to get the Apple headphones, get Audacity in the laptop. Your shit was GarageBand. I did Audacity.
When I moved to my desktop, Audacity was what I used.
Got Audacity, bang it out, bro. You got
And I had a blue snowball microphone and Audacity on my desktop.
The Yeti.
Yeah.
Niggas was on YouTube at that time trying to figure out shit, bro.
Yo,
Niggas was learning, bro.
There was this YouTuber I used to watch, and he was like young Remington or some shit.
Yes!
Yeah. And he used to, oh shit, get it. Oh shit. Yo, he used to do the fucking auto-tune tutorials and shit, bro.
Nah, bro. I had to get up and give you like a
Oh my
I
god.
was thinking that, bro. Wait, hold on. You got a napkin because a little bit this, but I want to
I don't know. I mean, there's napkins in the kitchen, but like, it's really fine. I don't know if I have anything near. Let me see. Oh shit.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck. We just leave it.
I'll leave it. I'll wipe it later. It's fine. Where is it?
So, right here.
Yeah. Alright, no worries.
I
But
put my napkin in my shit, but no, I had to give you a bow for that. That's on some Aquarius shit because I was dead ass thinking that I actually have napkins.
Awesome.
I was dead ass thinking like the same exact nigga, and I know that we connected for that just because that you fucking said it, because I was thinking the same exact nigga, and I was going to bring that up in the conversation.
Yep.
You got it for that one.
Yep.
You were a winner for that one.
Yo, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Exactly. So we was both, me and my son Mikey, we was both on Audacity, going on YouTube, learning shit, figuring out what mics to get, fucking figuring out how to use auto-tune.
Yep.
Niggas was using G-Snap.
I was fucking downloading the what was it? Illegally or not illegally, but like sketchy as fuck. The ant. It started with an A. The Antares.
Antares. Nah, yeah, I got that shit. That's what I was. You was doing better than me. I had the shittier version, the G-Snap.
Yeah.
G-Snap auto-tune, and then I was fucking using him the thing, and then I upgraded to FL and shit. And yeah, it was just a process over time where it's just like, now, all these stories are concurrent now. While I'm making, I think I started doing music before I did videos. So now, I'm trying to figure out my name. Now I started doing videos in sophomore year. That's when people started fucking with me. Where like, I started getting more relationships. I started seeing like what making content would do early on in high school. Like people would change. People that would never really know who I was, never would really want to talk to me. Now they want to talk to. Now they want to be in the video. Now
Yeah.
they want to do music with you because they see things that you're doing cool that they might want to do.
Right.
And like I was talking to my friend Justin about it the other day. He's co-host. I'm his co-host on the pod. He's my co-host on the pod.
Shout out, Justin.
Yeah, we was talking about just that same perspective of like how we both had those similar experiences, and then like how at first you have a cynical view on it where it's just like, damn, now you want to fuck with me because I'm lit now. Like women will do that, and just like people will do that, but it's like you can't expect people to notice you. People don't have to notice you or care about you. People are living their own lives, and you gotta almost respect the fact that they're giving you my fault. You gotta respect the fact that they're giving you attention and just any type of reverence to be like, you're doing something cool, and that's when you get the attention. It happens, but yeah, that's what started happening to me when I would do the videos. I could show you some of the videos now on IG, but like if you want to put some in there, you can put some in there. You don't really care. People could go look Mastaphil. You see it.
On your IG? I'm pretty sure I probably looked at your IG before and saw them.
Yeah,
Like your early stuff.
Girl, you can see how I'm doing it. I'm doing it in the school.
You know, I was watching your the one you did when the air quality was like fucking shit. I like that
That's
one.
like one of my. That's going back to like earlier shit because I wanted to start doing skits again, but yeah, I'm still like a lot of shit going on in life. But I'm trying to get back to trying to do all different type of shit, bigger shit. Like, bro, I'm trying to get into DJing. I'm trying to get into just all different types of
Every
media.
field, yeah.
I'm trying to.
I'm on the same wave, man.
I'm trying to learn how to play an instrument. I'm trying to learn how to build my podcast. I'm trying to learn how to make better music. I'm on a thing right now. I'm about to buy new monitors. I don't got the bread for it, but after I cashed out my computer and I made a
Just
plan.
take a little extra step.
I'm taking a super extra step because I'm trying to really. I'm not doing none of this shit for nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, go hard.
So it's like.
And the more you invest, the more energy you put into it. Obviously, the more the more you're adding into the fuel into the fire. It's gonna get bigger. It's like it's law. That's like spiritual law of the universe.
We all, bro, it's evolving, bro. Like, from now, it's just the same thing. Like, y'all heard the story? Then, okay, boom. So, at a certain point, I transferred the Mastaphil from my Facebook to IG.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get Masterphil, Master, so I didn't like the underscore. I just wanted it to be one thing. So I did Mastaphl, so I just made Master.
That was always my law for a username, bro. I didn't like underscores or numbers.
Yeah, it's just I just want it to be calm, like whatever it is, whatever it come out to be is, and I just started building my name around that. Now I'm thinking I kind of would want a different name. I'm thinking about changing my actual name to something else. I don't know if it's too late to do that because I feel like a lot of people.
I don't think it's ever too late to do that.
Maybe I'm just giving myself excuse because I'm lazy to do it, and I just rather just already built it. Maybe it might be better for me. I'm gonna think about it, but yeah. So yeah, I changed it, put on IG. I kept making videos under that. Went to college for film. Then now y'all go to the beginning of the interview where I started talking about how after I left college, graduated, I started the pod. Started taking music more serious, started figuring out how to post it, take ownership, using BMI and all those different sound exchange. Y'all look it up, there's multiple different ways to get paid from your music and to register it online professionally, and you have ownership, DistroKid.
Shout out
That's what I'm trying
DistroKid.
to do now. I'm trying to, I started making my beats. I started like taking beats from YouTube. I make my own beats. That's what I'm doing. I just want to produce everything. I'm not against to doing other beats from other people, but like I want to work on my craft on making beats.
When did you start producing?
I started producing. So what happened is I started after I grew from Audacity. I wanted FL because I just learned that it was a better program. But
Especially for production, yeah.
I would use it really just for like. Just putting effects on my vocals and just dragging the track in and then recording over it. Nothing other than beat making. And I knew you could make beats and I would try it, but it was the task of making beats was so daunting to me at the time. And I feel like that's why I feel like my brain has evolved, because like certain things I look at now that I thought was daunting before, it's just like easy to me now. Like making beats is like, it was just, all you gotta do is watch YouTube videos. Probably like a year ago, a year and a half ago. I can't really put a pinpoint on it when I really started taking it serious. But I remember what my boy had gave me a MIDI controller, and he was like, "Yo, bro," and I didn't really need it, but I showed him like I was getting into making beats. He was really into making beats, and then he kind of inspired me to kind of like take a stab at it. And then I started like watching YouTube videos and shit about it. I was like, wait, this is easy. I make good drum patterns. And then it really came down to making good melodies, and then I just really learned how to make melodies and learned a little bit of music theory.
Yeah,
Not
you took
that
the
much.
extra step.
A little bit, not even an extra step. There's a plugin called Scalar 2. Right? And I did not know about keys or scales or none of that. I didn't even understand that before I downloaded that plugin. So that's pretty recent. And then like once I downloaded the plugin, the way they had it set up just clicked in my brain like, oh, this is what a key is, this is what a scale is, this is what I did just a little bit more research into it. I was like, oh, all I need to do is only use notes that's within this scale for me to stay within this key. Wow, that's all I needed to know. And then like you just fuck around, you do experiments, and that plugin also helps you like come up with chords. Coming up with melody is easy, and what I do is I do a little trick. I could come up with a melody just using the key. I could come up with a melody just using the MIDI too. Just learning like I'll learn the scale on time, and then I'll just come up with melodies. Or I could play the melody with my mouth, no homo, and just fucking go like da 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 da. Was that pause or not?
Nah.
I think I'm just chill with niggas that just make me say pause too much. So I just get insecure when I say anything about mouth and shit. But
Don't worry.
like, yeah, I'll just do a melody, and then you could fucking transfer the voice into the plugin. I have a plugin that will change it into the melody. That's how I literally made my last song. One of the melodies I have on it, I used that technique to do it, and then I just edited it a little bit.
That's fire.
Yeah,
You're getting nice with it.
it's different things, yeah, bro. Like I just learning more, bro. So that's now I'm just on the path of like I'm producing everything myself, learning how to make it sound the best. I'm trying to now I'm getting better like equipment. I really want to take all this shit seriously, so y'all look out for that content, man. That's where I'm at right now. So y'all heard the story. That's where Mastaphil come from. That's where I started making music. I've been making music since like, to answer the timeline, probably like before, maybe like I'd say earliest start of high school when I was doing that SoundCloud shit. So 2013, maybe even before that. I don't know. So you could do the math. I'm 24 now. Yeah, and I've been making music till now. I started making beats
So
2
it's like
years
10
ago.
years, right?
Probably, yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't feel like doing the math. Something like that.
Nice.
And but like that's not seriously though. I've been making it seriously like for like the past few years. Like all the songs that I made on my sound on Spotify and Apple Music and all that thing. Those like that's me like actually taking a serious stab at it.
Right.
Trying to do everything sounding right. That's like now. So that started like 2022. So I'm really fake new into it. But the reason why I'm at the level that I'm at now is because all those years I've been fucking with it before then. You know what I'm saying? Now the podcast shit.
It's like all this preparation, and now it's like time for you to.
Now it's time. Exactly. It's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all I could do is just put as much work as I can do. So I'm trying to make sure I cover all my bases. Yeah, y'all know when I started making videos, and the videos that I'm making now, the music I'm making now.
You like answered. It's so funny because I try to keep a structure to the podcast, so like I'll have like preset questions, you know, and you like answered like anything I would have asked, because I'll ask about the future, I'll ask about the past, I'll kind of focus a little on the present. You kind of just went on like enough to where you wrapped it all up into one thing, and like that was perfect.
Thank you, bro.
It's just us being
because we podcast.
Exactly, I was gonna say that
bro.
shit.
We podcast.
Literally, you just understand it. You're like, let me just really fully encapture the question. Hell yeah.
Yeah. What else, man? That's it.
Nah, I got one more for you. Maybe not even one more, because my brain is an enigma. No, I'm kidding. But for real, name some inspirations, whether it's...
Oh, yo, ask me some good questions. You got some good questions.
Yeah,
My fault.
yeah.
Ask me whatever questions. If you got 6 or 7, that's good. Cause
I got my questions, man.
I bet.
So when it comes to music and content creating, I want you to name some inspirations, people that, you know, made you think like, yo, I want to do this shit. You named some earlier, you know.
All right, so bro, I have a lot, bro. First off, I want to start off with my peers because my peers motivate me. You guys, you motivate me, bro. Like, see y'all make y'all strides and y'all doing it. It makes me not want to lack. It makes me want to keep going, and I know that I do that for y'all. So it's like we gotta do this for each other. And other than that, like podcasting wise, Joe Budden, Academics. That's the first like podcast I started watching where I really started consuming long form content. That's Everyday Struggle. That was on Complex, and I'll watch that coming home from school. I would love to watch that show. I thought Joe Budden was a lame nigga before that. I'm not gonna lie, but I became to love his personality, regardless of like how people feel about him. All that, I think he has a great personality.
Yeah.
Even if he's harsh or whatever, he has.
He's entertaining.
He's entertaining, and he has different perspectives.
Right.
And even sometimes he sounds stupid. Sometimes he comes with stupid points. He does have well-educated points as well, and I feel like sometimes he knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
I was thing with No Jumper for a while. I don't really watch them that much, but I would say I did structure a lot of my podcasts after Joe Budden's podcast and No Jumper's podcast. The way that they have co-hosts, like I like having a chemistry between people.
Like the group setting.
I like that. I want people to come back and fall in love with the people.
Yeah.
I want to make opportunities. I want people to fall in love. Like, yo, I like this person. This person reminds me of me.
That's something you do that I like a lot. It's like your podcast and the episodes is a lot of people and they're really lengthy because it's such group conversation. Everybody has so much to add. I think it's really cool. Like, because I've binged the Really Outside podcast before, and I'm like, yo, that's something you do that's different. People usually have one guest, you know, or like every now and then it's a couple guests, you know.
And I want to have more intimate things where, because I do feel like I do struggle with because I feel like coming here I really wanted to do this podcast because I like how you do pay attention. You give your guests the room to say whatever they want to say, and like I feel like I struggle with that on my podcast because there are so many people and they all want to say stuff. So I don't want to stop doing my podcast because I love the group setting. I love those like big sipes. That's like the most funniest, craziest things. That's what I love to watch, me personally.
Hell yeah.
And then it get really deep and insightful, and you learn about the people and what they got going on. I think that's amazing. But I also do feel like I do lack with having an intimate thing with certain individuals. I try to bring that in too, because I don't want to ever have somebody come and feel like they wasted their time or they didn't get what they wanted to get out of it. So that's something that I want to also bring into the pod. But yeah, I structured after No Jumper, Joe Budden. I take a lot of inspiration from them when it comes to podcast wise. That's really it. I like Joe Rogan's podcast, but I wouldn't really say I take a lot from him. The only thing I take from him is like he has really deep, like different conversations about shit that's going on, and that's what I would like to ingratiate in mine. I feel like I kind of brought that here when I talked about what's going on.
Yeah, you kind of started us off on that note. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I try to. That's what I like. I like that. That's what I kind of like as well. So that's just something that I have in me personally. That's what I would bring to a podcast, me myself. But I'm down for anything when it comes to it. And when it comes to music, I'd say Kanye, Childish Gambino.
Fire.
When it comes to me, like how I rap and like my production, like I might even go into the Chief Keef bag.
Before you continue, you ever watch Donald Glover's stand-up?
Yeah.
Weirdo?
Yeah, I actually want to start doing stand-up too. I actually want to do a stand-up video on Really Outside. That's something that I'm trying to plan.
Yo.
I think I'll do good on stand up. I'm not gonna lie, but like I think I'm gonna bomb, of course, but like I think I'm a funny nigga. Like I think I could say like I have some like funny things.
Absolutely.
Like if I ever come back, if you ever want me to like co-host any of your episodes or whatever, like I feel like you'll get to see more of my joking side where I'm not really talking about myself. Or like,
Absolutely, yeah, where you're just being you.
yeah.
And hell yeah, bro.
That's where I really want to do like comedy. Like I want to try that. I don't know if I ever will, but I think I do want to try that.
Bro, give it a shot, man.
But yeah, Weirdo, that was a really good. That's the reason why I brought up Childish Gambino, Donald Glover is because I feel like he was one of those people that I seen do a lot of things at one time. Make music, write for a show. I know
Me
he
too,
produced
bro. Me too. It's so crazy.
So I was like, yo, like I don't know, it's just really inspirational. His music was really good, you know. So I was just like, I just fuck with him to the point where it's like maybe if even my I think a lot of my I do have Donald Glover like inspiration, even though if you might not really see it or not.
On the surface, yeah, I understand. Dude, literally same, bro. Like, just him doing Atlanta. Also, Tyler, the Creator, is the same thing for me because he had Loiter Squad, he did his cartoon, he had the clothing brand, and he did music. And I just think, like, being, like, such an entrepreneur is so fucking dope and admirable. It's like making the most of your time and just being productive. And
Tyler, the Creator, I'm not gonna say that I'm really super inspired by him, but I will say I have to be inspired by him to some extent because
I mean, Odd
if
Future
you
was a
consume
cultural
any of his
staple.
content, you have to just acknowledge it, and it's just a part of you. Anything that he's created is very like impactful to the culture. So you have to, even though you don't think of it on the surface, I feel like if there's a bar to be set, if in any of those fields, you have to look at him. If you're in like a more urban, like a more urban type of style, or like coming from just this generation, like you have to look to him. You can't like deny who he is and what he's done.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. It sucks that people try to discredit him for like a lot of petty shit or whatever, whether it's like I remember like in 2017 when he was like hinting at being bisexual, everyone was like in an uproar.
Yeah, that all that shit is just.
I was just like, yo, bro, what does that change about him or his music or his anything he does, you know?
Nah, that nigga's a legend. Bro, people just say shit about anything, bro.
Yeah.
That's just it, bro. Bisexual and all that shit. There's another label where I do feel like I do abide by some of the labels, but when I first started thinking about like all this shit, people thought I was crazy. Like I come from the hood, bro, so I know like you're gonna be influenced by the people you hang around with. So as soon as I start talking about anything progressive, niggas snap at you and get you right back in place because they don't want to be around no nigga they gonna feel uncomfortable if they feel like you gay or whatever at any time. So it's like it's not like I have a problem with that type of shit, but it's just that's just how I grew up, you know. But it's like
No, I feel you.
It's just at the end of the day when I started doing acid, I realized, bro, I feel like any type of hate towards bisexual people or like any different type of like thing that people want to identify as, I liken it to something that I've been through where people are discriminating against black people. It's the same thing, bro. There's just hate for people being themselves.
Right.
So it's just like at the end of the day, people gonna talk shit about anything. If I was to blow up, bro, niggas gonna find shit to talk about me about. And like that, if people gonna have the black jokes, people gonna have the gay jokes, people gonna have anything, you know. And that and even though that happened, that don't take away from nothing that he did. Nobody,
Absolutely.
he's still like massively successful, and then like a lot of people ain't gonna be as successful as he is.
Facts. He's doing shit, man, and like he's like collaborated with fucking like Pharrell and shit. It's crazy. Crazy inspiration. What was I gonna say? Whom else? You were going also like you were talking about like Chief Keef and shit like that as inspirations and shit.
Yeah, Chief Keef, like they're just like certain people just influence rap to where you can't. Like 808s, I use 808s in almost all my songs. If you use 808s, you're influenced by Kanye.
Facts.
If you do a certain type of pattern, if you're going for a certain type of vibe, there's like globe type sounds. Sometimes I'll make a globe beat. Sometimes I'll make Jersey beats just because
they're in my air. They're in my essence. I'm influenced by like
Your environment.
yeah, my environment, my parent. People like to say the bullshit like, oh, I don't listen to nobody. I just make my own shit. Like, stop the fucking
Fuck that,
bullshit,
bro.
bro. You're
I
still
listen
living
to
life, bro.
everything, bro.
Exactly,
Everything, bro. That's how inspiration is everywhere. If you like just tunnel vision, like I mean, like I guess it works for some people, but like, where's the fun in that? You know,
No fun.
there's no fun. What was I gonna say? When it comes to music, I wanted to ask you, just to like speed it up a little, not to rush, just because I'm like, this is like, you see this little number here, like fluctuates and shit. I'm like, God forbid it shuts us off, you know? So, with music, is there anything outside of music going on, like music videos or anything in the works, or incorporating any of your endeavors, like cross involving them, such like the podcast and music, or skits and music, or, you know, like whatever, some cinematic shit, however?
Bro, I have a lot of shit that I've thought about. I have in the works. I don't even want to say I have in the works because I haven't even put really that much energy into doing it.
Yeah.
But it's like I know that I have the resources to do it. All these things that I want to do, like I want to have live performances on the pod. I've already like talked to people about coming and like doing VFX for me, like having a separate videography coming, setting up in a certain ways to where they're actually I have live performances. I'm gonna do the live effects myself, so it's gonna be like live auto tune and all of that shit. And we're gonna do sound check and everything. I want to do it. It's gonna be a lot of work, so I want to do it to like for just like 3 people per time I do that.
Right.
Like I have concepts like for the love of you saw I had the stand up idea. I'm gonna do that on the pod to just change up this setting and like how I edit it, how it comes out. Like all these things are so easy for me to do and easy for me to plan out. It's just that I have a lot going on right now that I just haven't been able to really put it in the works. Like I'm trying to get all the equipment and shit, like me working, just everything outside of life, bro, kind of halting it. But like I know these ideas are things that we're gonna get done. Like it's like so, like it's like big ideas too. Like I'm working with other people with their ideas. Like I'm just going all over the place with this stuff. Like you're seeing me doing really outside east. Like me talking about changing the brand so I could do anything. Like I'm trying to do anything that I feel like
Expansion.
Exactly, and it's hard because it's like it's like I have to sell people the dream and I have to let people know that they're gonna get as much out of this as I'm gonna get out of this, or make it seem like make them know that if they was to work with me, like I don't have the bread right now to pay people, so it's like if I'm gonna build a team, they're kind of building for like equity, kind of. It's more of an equity thing. We're building something together instead of me just paying you for helping me build it. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm down with doing that, but it's hard to get people you trust, and everybody's working on their own thing, and it makes more sense to help people with their shit and then have people help you with them. But like I'm trying to get to a point where I can get all these ideas going freely and just build a squad that knows that we're gonna be successful as long as they in it for the ride and they know that we're gonna value them. And I'm trying to make this shit super big. Like I'm talking about taking over. Like I'm talking over taking over the city. Like where New York becomes the mecca of content.
Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
we're not even worried about how much people you influence in New York, how much people I influence. No,
We collectively.
So basically, I got whatever he got. I know Mikey, so he got what I got, and we already lit. It's gonna get to a point where we're already lit, where we're so connected. Every connection I have, you have, and we're so connected. We're all lit, and all we're focused about is being the content mecca. So it's like we're taking over the United States, the country, to the point where we take over the world, where we have the whole world watching us, where Europe is watching what the fuck we're doing in New York, and everybody we got
man.
going on.
Like
That's
collectively, the culture and content culture, and also like we as content creators put like a spotlight on other cultures, whether it's music, whether it's you're fucking going into the food culture, which is like a whole other thing, like food establishments and shit. Like we're putting New York like trying to put New York on, and also just like observing the world around us. And
Bro, so think
there
about
should
it
be
like
more
this.
like, I know there's people doing that shit. You know, you have like Casey Neistats and shit, but like not the way we're doing it, man. This is some like
Think about it
different
like
shit.
this, bro. I'd go do another food interview. Bro, I'm not a type of nigga to care about clout or what you doing. I care about how I feel when I'm around you, bro. If I feel like you're cool, I feel like anybody has value. And if I know you're trying to build something, and if I fuck with you a little bit, bro, I'm gonna be like, alright, bet. Alright, yo, I'm about to go do this food video. Yo, Mikey, pull up with me. Now you doing a food video with me. People might see that if I get a little thing, niggas gonna come to you. That opens up different rooms for you. Now you might want to do a food interview. Yo, this is a food video. Oh, I bet. I bet. Oh, Mikey. I bet.
It's all interconnected.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I want to do. And I think it's gonna. I want it. I don't want to be controlling over this. I want to be. This is gonna be something separate from really outside. I want it to be something where I build a collective where everybody is putting in work. Everybody feels safe. Everybody feels comfortable with what they put in, and they know that we're building something together. That's gonna be something hard to do, but that's something that I really think that is possible, and like I could help assist that.
When I started Cult of Personality, bro, it was on a whole different wave because I was like upstate, so like I didn't have any real world connections. I was all online, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna interview my friends' music and like try to create like this web on the internet of like musicians. But now it's expanding beyond that, and now I'm like, I just want to create a web of creators and like have everybody, you know, not only know of each other, but collaborate and support each other.
I'm telling you, bro, this is what I see for you. You don't have to listen to me or not. You start streaming, bro. And then you'll be able to have a consistent schedule where I'm definitely going to be free. It'll give you time to set up somebody. You can have 2 streams a week. It'll give you time to set up. You don't got to worry about editing, right? They just come, sit down, talk. It turns into a vibe. All you got to do is worry about the transition, and then in the future you worry about how you're gonna build it and this, that, and the third. But this is good for now, right? And then you got that schedule going, bro. Once people see that you have a consistent schedule, and then boom, you drop. If you have 2 things a week, that's 2 pieces of content you putting out on YouTube, and then you drop maybe like 3. The guy that I was talking to, he said drop 5 reels a day. That's how I'm supposed to grow with Really Outside and now really blow up. He was saying the same shit I'm telling you. He was telling me, yo, I fuck with your concept, this, that, and the third. Just do 5 reels a day, even though you don't post a lot. Oh, you're not posting, bro. Just do 5 reels a day. You do the stream, so now opens up your time. All the editing that you were spending on doing the spending. You're spending less editing time editing those shits into reels. You start getting those out. People are gonna want to come here and smoke and chill, and it's gonna be live. Now you have interactive chat. People are gonna keep coming. You expand that, it's gonna be. Then I could be like, now I know that people could, not even just me, but everybody's gonna be able to rely on you to have a consistent schedule. This is somewhere I could constantly pull up, and now. Once you have a streaming, all different crazy moments could happen on this shit, bro.
Right, just live.
And you let me drink in this bitch. You let me smoke in this shit. That's all niggas need.
It's free range.
You gave me some water. I didn't even sip it. I really needed this, to be honest. I forgot it was even here.
Yo, we smoked twice. We smoked 2 things down and he hasn't drank the water.
I was sipping on this.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, bro.
Little pause.
That's what... Bro, and I think you might be try it one day. OBS might be too much for the computer. If not, bro, spend some bread. Trade that shit in. Spend some bread. I didn't have the bread to get the shit in. I don't know your bread situation. You could come up with it. I don't care. We could all come up with it. All figure it a way.
Hell yeah.
I came up with a plan with it. Just think about a plan on how you're gonna do it. I came up with a 15-day plan to get what I needed. So it's like. I'm not gonna give you no excuses, bro. I'm gonna push you, and if it's not something that you want to do, it's not.
No, I'm definitely down. I think that live chat engagement. The whole concept of the pod is like to be like the people's podcast. You know, like podcast of the people. That would be so cool to have it all live to where they actively engage and affect the outcome of the content. You know,
bro. I think you would literally your podcast would like.
become alive as soon as you do that, because it's gonna be almost like a radio show, something that people can consistently. If I know that, oh, Mikey's coming on Thursday at 2 o'clock, every Thursday at 2 o'clock, that's something that I'm going to click on, because it's like I could rely on that. And if I know every time I tune in, you got something going on, you might have a deep conversation, you might have somebody like Phil, you might have a musician. People are gonna gravitate to that, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, bro. One more question I gotta get out of there. If you got one more,
All
or
right.
if you want to wrap up, it's up to you.
Well, before the wrap up, I asked the same question for everybody, so I'll make it that one. And pretty much, before anything, is there anything you want to talk about? Lastly, any corner of crevice we didn't cover about Mastaphil? Because it's your interview and it's how you want to be presented. If there's anything you feel should have been included in the interview, now is the time to say it.
Alright, I'm gonna just try to just speak from the heart. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm just on your platform. I don't get to do it so often.
Go for it.
I said this already. I really appreciate you for having me on, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
that's love for having me on. You gave me your platform. You put in time and efforts. Took time aside to have me come here, bro. Very
Man,
hospitable.
I was very excited from when Joe, shout out Sandwich Boy,
Oh yeah.
when he put you in the questionnaire. I was like, yo, I need you ASAP. And the fact that we could set this up ASAP, like, you're goated for that.
I was waiting, bro. I was waiting. Like, I didn't want to be the type to be like, nah, I need an interview. I was just waiting. I knew it was gonna come one day. I was waiting. So once I seen it, I was like, I bet. I had to make some time, bro. So it's just like, bro, I just really appreciate it. I fuck with the setup. I fuck with what you got going on. Like, I like being in your universe, bro. And I want to continue working with each other and
Hell
doing
yeah.
some shit.
Bro, this is what we needed to just launch. I'm so down to openly collaborate, do whatever the fuck. I'm super down.
Yeah, we gonna talk more to the people that's watching. Y'all keep Mikey accountable. Make sure he grows and blossoms to where he should go. Y'all can tune in with my shit, Really Outside, Mastaphil. I make music.
Everything will be in the description below as well to click.
Thank you for that. And what you call it? Bro down here vibing.
Rolly. He sometimes he gets a little cranky, but I think he's chilling.
I understand. He vibing.
Yeah, he's
I ain't
sleepy.
scared of no cat. I understand.
Yeah.
My cat be bugging out. Shout out to Jupiter. I love my cat, man. Jupe. Yeah. She's the same way. She's a very she's very loving, but she likes to be alone. She not alone, but she likes to be independent.
Yeah.
So like, if you rub her too much, or you hold her, she gonna get feisty. She does, and she know me. She's like, she love me. I know she love me, bro. But she just be acting her own way. Just shout out to her. Shit. Let me give me 5 seconds to think if I want to say anything else. Yo, shout out to. I'm not gonna shout out to many niggas, bro. Like, that's not what we're here for. Just shout out to Mikey for having me on.
Man, shout out to you for coming and staying for the last 2 hours and 17 minutes and counting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
coming
sir.
out all your way, man. This was a great episode. This is probably like my favorite episode so far.
Thank you, bro. That's a big honor. That's a big honor.
You completely flipped the podcast upside down and made it the most unconventional it's ever been, and I think I live for that. I live for these moments. We talk about it, the podcaster shit. These moments is what we live for. This was that.
I hope I give you some things to think about. Like I said, I'm not pushing you, bro. It's just this is just stuff that I think about. So I'm just telling you. People take my personality like a different way. People be thinking I'm being harsh or like mean or something. It's just coming out of love. This is just how I love myself, bro. Like, I be trying to figure out how to push myself to do better, and like that's the only way, because I don't know. That's just me. So don't ever take it like I'm trying to push.
No, man, I take it all open with open arms, super receptively. Within 3.5 minutes, it says on this little countdown, just because I'm a paranoid freak. Let's get the wrap up done now, which is pretty much Mastaphil
Yes, sir.
What do you have going on the next day, week, month, year, decade, century, millennium? And it doesn't have to be music related, it doesn't have to be content created, it could be what you're eating for breakfast tomorrow. Just give people the future.
So, the day in the life of Mastaphil. Go to the crib. Right now, I put myself. Y'all go listen to my last song, Free Falling. I talk about like just my feelings of my life. Like, it's not really. You might take the wrong thing or feel. People might feel like I'm feeling like depressed or nothing. That's just how I was feeling at the moment. It's actually a good song. I don't wanna. It's a good song. Go listen to it and then y'all understand. But like, it was just like I was just talking about just the situation I'm in life and like. I feel like at the end of the song, I turned it to where you feel like you realize you can have hope for yourself, and there's always things to strive for and shit like that. So I'm just making money, eating buffalo wings. That's one of my favorite foods.
Shout out Buffalo Wings, facts.
Buffalo wings, Green Acres Mall. If you go to the top by the bathroom, you will find the buffalo wings. You could get the Mastaphil order, half hot, half honey lemon pepper. Get the wing. You gotta tell them this. You gotta tell them that it's literally an option. You gotta tell them make the wings and the fries crispy,
Nice, yeah.
and then you will be in heaven.
You ever had spicy garlic before?
Spicy garlic good, but like
Pretty good.
the type of nigga I am, bro. I'm not. I want to be a more like open, like do other shit. So you know what? Just because you mentioned that, get a spicy garlic. They got the soy garlic. You ever soy garlic?
I never had.
Bro, nah, we gotta. Alright, bet. So, you know
Yeah,
what?
really outside eat conversation right now.
That's what I'm saying. I just thought of something. I'm definitely gonna end up doing reviewing that. I think you should pull it for that. So,
I'm super down.
if I ever talk about it, because I am forgetful. If I ever talk about me doing it,
I
just
will
remind
inquire.
me.
I will inquire.
Remind me, but I should remember as well. I just be making a lot of promises to people I shouldn't. I just expect them to know like the type of person that I am. That I'm not like if I made the offer to you, I really want to do it. I just be doing so much shit, like trying to work and shit. How much time we got left?
We have like our final minute right now.
All right, so like I just be trying to do shit. Yeah. In the future, stand up, still making videos, still making music, DJing. I might do anything. Like you never know what to expect from me. Just keep up with me.
Hell yeah. This was the Cult of Personality podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching on YouTube and listening on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sitting with me for the last 2 hours. Thank you guys for sitting with me for the last 2 hours. Check out everything in the description, Really Outside, Really, and Mastaphil and all that.
Yes,
and all peace and love. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next week. Peace, love, and hair grease.